I hope you're alive. If so, happy holidays.
I found wealth long ago. It's a long way down the holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Take the ride on the West Coast here. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Take the ride on the West Coast here. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. Holiday road. I found out long ago. It's a long way down the holiday road. 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 Holiday road.
Okay, I'm here now. Hello.
Hit the space bar on your keyboard.
It's what the hell? Let's try it again. Everything's on too. It's on play. Hey guys and girls, we just tested this just before we came in. Here we go.
Yes, I did. And how did you arrive at Mar-a-Lago? How did you end up going to Mar-a-Lago? Did he send you there? Were you told to go there? How did that happen?
There were a lot of model parties at the Mar-a-Lago. Different people would set them up, different magazines, and
Hey, Joe
the
Fox.
limo would come and you'd jump in the limo and you'd go.
And Jeffrey Epstein or someone who worked for him would tell you to go there?
No, it was just a place where something was held, a party was held, and people would go to different events.
This is about so much more than one person, Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell or Donald Trump. But because Donald Trump is a person who, of course, owns Mar-a-Lago, I just have to ask if you think he was aware of that arrangement.
I don't know if he was aware. Actually, I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
You were in your teens. You were in your teens, and I think this is important for people to understand that people were in their teens and were young, and you were you were a young model, and you were handled by a predator. Did you travel to Mar-a-Lago?
Yes, I did.
And how?
You notice she didn't say any of that in there at all. She
Yeah.
was handled by a predator. She told her she couldn't answer the question. This redheaded bitch is just one piece of crap after another. She was like the one who asked the other victims, "Oh, well, was Donald Trump ever there?" Well, they already knew he wasn't, but they asked anyway. Same thing here, but they got to put it on media. Oh, it sounds better if it's on the media.
Well, I mean, part of the problem also is that they're re-victimizing these victims.
They are. They're re-victimized victims. But the problem is the victims keep telling them it's not him. And, a couple of victims now have gotten mad. So it's not him. Go get the people that it actually is and stop focusing on something that's not going on. And people like this one, Justine Lipinski, she's like, well,
that's part of the stigma of any kind of molestations or rapes is that most times the victims are loath to even try and get the bad guys at fault because most of the time no one listens to them, and then half the time when it does come to court, it's always a he said she said.
Well, there is a lot of times it's a he said she said, but not in this case because there's so many of them.
Well, yeah, no, but still, there's the victims' mentalities are still the same, even though there's more of them. They're all as likely uninclined to participate in any legal actions because they're afraid of it.
How old did that girl look to you? 30s?
In that video, yeah, I'd say 30s.
Yeah,
but was she hanging out at Mar-a-Lago in the 80s? I mean, how long is Mar-a-Lago?
No, she said, this is what she said. This is exactly what she said. She said that they were sent to Mar-a-Lago by different magazine companies would have parties there, and they would go to the parties.
Yeah.
That she was a teenager. Now, teenage is a slippery slope. 17, 18, and 19, no big deal. 15, right. 14, 16, 13, big deal. So the question is, what teenage were they? And let me tell you what, if she's a 16-year-old decked out, you're not going to know she's 16. You're just not going to know. I don't give a fuck what guy says what. Maybe a woman might, but no guy's going to know. He's going to be like, no, she looks like she's 18 or 20 or something.
I would agree with that.
So, I mean, they're double screwed on that right off the bat. But she didn't say that. She said she didn't know if Trump knew, which was the thing. What is she going to say?
Well, I mean, and I was going to interrupt in the video. How can anyone ask that question? How does anyone know what is in anyone else's mind? And in most cases, anyone in this day and age that comes out and says, "Oh, I can read minds. I know what they were thinking." Well, first of all, that's not hardcore evidence. Can't use it in court. Can't use it as legal defense. And number two, you're very most likely going to be thrown into a rubber room with a jacket that ties around in the back.
Yeah, they got a lot going on in here. I know one of the witnesses came out yesterday and was saying something about King Arthur and Epstein's old lady when they were 6 and 8 years old and stuff. So that's big trouble. And then they said the one they thought they saw Obama with was probably like 12 or 14. But they didn't say if it was a boy or a girl with Obama. So you got to ask, was it a boy or a girl?
Yeah, or something kind of androgynous, so you can go either way.
Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy, let me explain something to you, all right? I'm going to be as nice as I can about this. I don't really give a fuck because there is no emails between Epstein and Trump. So all this is secondhand information. Trump's not in there defending himself. Trump's not in there talking. These are all emails that Epstein's are talking to his friends about, not to Trump. There's no direct correlation between him and Trump. And even though they said he's been there more than he said, they haven't proven that yet. And it really doesn't matter because he can go as many times as he wants because every time he went, he took his old lady and his kid with him. You can see that on a travel thing. I don't know what to tell you. And these were businessmen in the 90s. I mean, until Trump threw him out, Trump probably thought he was Trump, that's what Trump was. He was a realtor, a high-powered realtor. That's what Epstein was. Trump was a Democrat. Epstein was a Democrat. And they were going along, and then Trump found something out and threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. And when Trump became president, lo and behold, this fucker went to jail.
I was just about to say, look under whose watch was he arrested? Under whose watch was he put into jail? You know, and in the same case, under whose watch was he, you know, able to commit suicide in a, you know, confined situation? But it all happened.
Well, I got caught in one of them TikTok chat groups earlier today, their little show groups, and the guy said, "Oh, see, he killed him. He killed him." I said, "Dude," I said, "he had him in jail for 2 years. What are you talking about?" I said, "Trump's the guy who put him in jail."
Yeah,
it clearly says in Epstein's letter, "Oh, Trump would probably give me a pardon." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
didn't look like he was getting no pardon to me. But I mean, hey, what do you mean? He might give what's her name a pardon. You never know. He'll probably wait till he gets out of office, though. Yeah, like.
Well, he can only do it while he's in office. He can't do it outside.
No, I mean, as he's getting out of office.
Yeah, it'll probably be the last thing he does, if he does it at all.
The last 28 hours, free to bitch.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is she deserving of it? I mean, is she just a simple idiot? I mean, I really don't know.
She looked like she enjoyed this. I seen some of them shots where she's in the pool, she's all stretched out. She looks like she's enjoying herself. I'm not gonna say she was innocent in this. I mean, I think she was part of this.
I think she definitely enjoyed the lifestyle for sure, 100%. But you know, I think it depends on. I mean, I don't know her involvement in the case that well, except that she's in jail for it. But what I mean, was she involved enough that she's, you know,
she was the handler. That's what they said.
I mean, you know, maybe she doesn't deserve a pardon. I don't know.
Well, no, they say she was the handler of the girls. That's what she did. So if that's true, she should never get out of prison.
Yeah, and then she should not get a pardon.
But she still might. Yeah, maybe Heidi was in charge, and we're just finding out now. Heidi, you got some sexy negligee we don't know about? That's it. Where's the Epstein police? Let's send them to Heidi's house. Oh yeah. It's a good thing a bunch of y'all live in Canada.
She lives in Colorado.
Well, I know where she lives. It's a good thing we have a bunch of them live in Canada, though. Yeah, we send her to Amelia's house. Go get her ass. Yeah, Jeffrey, the thing about Epstein was, so we didn't get to see any of the real evidence because there was never a trial on them. And it's kind of funny how some of this can be released and some of this can't be released because there wasn't a trial. I'm just learning about that today. So some of the stuff's never going to get released because it's got to protect a lot of people. Secondly, I haven't really heard anything fallacious, anything horrible yet, other than these victims, and they could have been from age 8 to age 16. Most of the ones I hear about are like 14, 15, 16. It's but then I don't hear anything about them. Who were they with? Well, you want us to believe this guy was doing something, you're gonna have to start dropping some names other than Trump's. You done burnt Trump out, and you done really burnt Clinton out. You know, you really and Prince Andrew. So is that the only 3 people that hung out with Epstein? I don't think that's a true statement.
I think there's quite a few. I think there's going to be, like you said earlier on another show, the possibility of some crossover with Diddy's list. But I think certainly one thing, if you're not going to see a lot of big name Democrat politicians, you may see a few smaller ones. But I think you're going to see a lot of celebrities, you know, politically active celebrities.
Well, there was a lot of big name politicians on them planes. We know Chuck Schumer was on there. We know what's his face? What's his little scumbag? Russia. We know he was on there. We know Akeem Jeffries met with the guy a couple times. We ain't heard nothing more about that. There's a bunch of stuff that's out there. We know Obama met him down to this house.
I'm not so sure that being on the plane is the damning evidence. It's being on the pedophile island where the girls were kept. I think.
Well, come to find out, that's not so much the island, because he was talking about the 3 houses, and that's where Trump met Virginia, and he met the other girl out who said nothing ever happened. They said he was a perfect gentleman. Both of them said that. He said that's not what he was there for. He was there for business. I mean, when you're,
I kind of feel on the side of Donald Trump. If I was to go to this man's house and he was to lock me in a room with an 18-year-old, I'd think I would wind up being a perfect gentleman as well. It just sounds to me like he's trying to set up his friends for this blackmail scheme. Then Epstein, it is not Trump. Trump.
Yeah, I know. I think it was more than that, though. I think they were looking for operative or help.
You're looking for what?
I think they were looking for help by getting somebody on the hook. They could use.
Oh, yeah. No,
and I'm not even talking about money. I'm not even talking about money here. This went a little further than money. But what do you mean, Jesse? The Israelis get their fingers into everything, but this not as much as we'd like to blame it on the Israelis. And it could be the CIA. It could be the NSA. We could ask Chelsea. She might know. Hottie, Chelsea Gabbard probably knows. But
could be, it could have been, what was it? It could have been a KGB op years ago.
Could have been
before they broke up.
Tell you, there's a lot that went on here that really needs to be looked into. Oh yeah, you heard about that. I heard about that too. So I don't know how true that is or not, and somebody's going to have to verify it. So
heard about what?
So they're saying the redacted stuff, you can use Adobe and put it back in your computer on Adobe, and it'll print it out and hold unredacted.
Sometimes that's possible. It depends on how thick the overlay is. If the overlay is enough that it hides the actual pixels below, then you're probably lost, especially if it's black on black. If you're using the colored pixels, it might be a little easier too. But yeah, Adobe, Photoshop, and sometimes if you print off,
we're not encouraging you people to do this. By the way,
light behind it and see what's written underneath of it.
Yeah, we're not encouraging you to do this, people. We're not wanting you to go hack redacted materials.
No, unless you want to go to jail and or be shot at Leavenworth.
So the thing about it is, that's the reason I opened that case up is because this girl's actually come forward and has been talked to about Trump before, and she's already said nothing's happened. So as far as I know, all the witnesses that went through the case have all said nothing's happened with Trump. All the ones that have been to the press have all said the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that somebody might not pay somebody down the line to get somebody to say something, because a couple of those cases, y'all remember those cases in New York where all them girls were saying Trump was quoting them, is that a lot of them came forward and said they were being paid to say that. So that's why so much stuff was dropped against Trump. Well, and look at Stormy Daniels. Everybody said, this girl just today was telling me, oh no, he raped Stormy Daniels. I said he fucking did not rape Stormy Daniels. You better go listen to Stormy. And Stormy said at both trials, oh no, I was willing. I was, I knew what was going on. And I thought the money was for something else. That's what she said. I don't know. She blamed it on the lawyer who ended up in fucking jail, which is a good place for that fucking no good bastard. Have you noticed everybody who's fucked with Trump is either dead or in jail?
It's kind of strange. Well, in the same token, that most people who have fucked with Hillary or Bill Clinton are also dead or in jail.
Oh my God, everybody's fucked with Hillary's dead. No, my solemn warning is to anybody who's had any bad dealings with Hillary who feels the need to get even, just wait till she dies.
Yeah, really.
Look, girl, come on. She walked out of Benghazi and didn't even get slapped on the ass. She destroyed a server that she had in her bathroom and didn't even get sanctioned. You or I would be doing 20 years for that. You know that, right, people? That's what we'd have got for that. If we'd have if we'd have went in and deleted evidence, 37,000 files, you'd be doing a year for every file. But because she's the Hill, that's not how that went down. Oh, what do you mean? Why I can't be on cam tonight? Why I got no clothes on? You don't want me scaring y'all people. Yeah, Jesus.
We don't have Sean tonight. He's taking a vacation this evening, but normally it would be brass pole stripper night, and Sean Kelly would be leading us in a chorus of all right, Chippendale style dancing.
Gene, I'll put on a shirt just for you. Hold on a second.
Don't forget to tie that tie.
No ties, but if it was the holidays, you're lucky we even on air. Okay. Whoa! Look like fucking ho-ho.
Oh my God.
What's that? Keith.
No, wait.
So what do you? Wait. So, Keith, are you like gay? Are you queer? Oh no, you're not queer because we don't use queer on this network. Queer doesn't mean that kind of thing. Queer just means you're weird. It doesn't mean you swingy on the monkey tree.
It means you're strange motherfucker.
Yes. What do you mean? Who told you? Oh, I said that. Yeah, I did. Saturday before last, I said I was leaving I had to dye my beard white so I could play Ho Ho Man. No, I didn't have to dye it. No, I didn't have to dye it. It's its fucking natural color. Yes. What's weird is if I let it grow to its Grizzly Adams beard style, like I like the color where it grows from right here all the way to down here, all of this will be brown and all this will be salt and pepper, but this will still be white. Just like my hair's fucking brown. It's the beard is white. It wants to be white. Who might argue with it? The only reason you ever see me dye it is because sometimes when I'm doing lectures or when I'm doing TV stuff, if you notice, it's really like right now, I can see it myself on the screen. It's really hard to see my face from like this part of my face because it's so white, especially when I'm wearing a white or a black shirt. So they always ask me if I'll dye it before I do a gig. It takes 10 minutes. It's like getting your oil change, man. It ain't no big deal. Men can do anything. Wait, what's that, Jesse? No, men cannot do anything women can do. No, don't even get me fucking started on that.
Oil changes used to be pretty simple back in the day. Nowadays, they have all these different synthetic oils. They have different types. They used to have one, you used to get one filter that would fit your car. Now they have one filter, but like 3 different stages, like, different levels of cleanliness or whatever.
Yeah, they got Holio, assholio, and fucking assholio.
Right. Yeah. It's an actual freaking pain in the ass to do your goddamn oil.
Let me tell you a little secret. Way, way, way back before the sun came up, I used to run a quick lube place right here in Mississippi, actually. First time I moved over here before I moved back home. Just freshly out the Navy, I was looking for something to do. And I actually had a ice cream thing going, a delivery thing going, and I had this going. And I made manager. And I'm going to tell you something. Most of that crap is bullshit. So you have to get lube certified to what viscosity, the way things work. They make you get certified on it so you understand what you're telling customers, especially when you're selling them stuff with PTFE in it and stuff like that, Teflon. So what we found out was, for the most part, filters from poor quality to good quality, you get about 2 months difference shelf. 2 months difference life. Oils doesn't really matter unless you superheat or super cool oil. Because you have to have a special type of oil if you're going to be living up north all the time, which your nuts freezing off all the time. You can't run what you run down here. You can't run our summer blend of oil up there in the north, and your fucking car will go.
Yeah, you probably
will lock up.
You're on a 10W50 or something like that.
Oh no, we're not even running that right now. Right now, we're running. I'm running 0.05 in my car right now, which means virtually.
Some of the new synthetic oils have different ratings. They're a little different than the old.
Yeah, and then the Camry actually has 0.520 in it. So it's
I think that's what mine has, or 0.516.
It doesn't. Yours probably a little bit, because yours probably needs to be a little bit colder than ours does. But in the old days, like you could run 10W30 down here, 10W40, 10W50, or 2050. 2050 is like pouring honey in your fucking engine. So it's the best way you can run your car, except it's startup, people. So most people don't realize most of your damage done to your engine is done when you shut your motor off and when you start your motor up. It's when it's got the most stress on it. It's when you do the most damage. Yes. And there's some secret things about transmissions that look just like the drain pan hole, but they're not. They're a gear. And if you take them out, it pops all the gears loose in the automatic transmission. You got to take the whole fucking thing down and rebuild it. We had 2 guys do that. Thanks for the insurance, man. We got to tell you what. I did a lot of things when I was young. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Stuff like that. Carol was more for Carol and Karen. Like one of them crazy Karens, right? The stuff like that was more just to eat, pay bills. Yeah, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I played darts, professionally, dance professionally. Not that kind of dance for anybody asked. Anything I could make money at. I didn't like working for the man, even though I did a few times. I was a supervisor a couple of times for companies. I don't know. I'll tell you, one of my favorite jobs I ever had, I ran a company called Roses a la carte, where we used to deliver roses to convenience stores. And when I was short, I'd have to go deliver. And Linda had just given birth. Joey was like 14, not even that, maybe 9, 12 months old. So I'd walk in every store with like 4 dozen roses in this arm and a newborn baby. And some damn women were like, Jesus, I could have been chocolate, man. I mean, it was fucking insane. No, it really was. But they wanted to die. You got your beautiful roses. Then I made some friends with some state troopers because I got one trooper. I got his ass out of big trouble. And I thought I was going to jail because I was flying. And I had the kid in the car and he goes, he says, man, you're going pretty fast. I'm just trying to get to my next door so I can get my ass home. I got my son with me. He goes, look, dude. He said, my old lady said she smelled these purple roses that smelled like grape, these beautiful yellow ones. And he told me the name of the company, which I noticed was on the side of your car. He said, I need like 2 dozen of these because we brought them to Baton Rouge because they were purple and gold for LSU. And I looked at him and I said, it's funny. It's funny. He's like, what? I said, I had just put 2 dozen on them on the side for a customer of mine down by the school. I said, but I got to come back up here tomorrow because we ran out of roses. I said, so I can bring them tomorrow. I said, I'll let you have. He said, how much? I said, I tell you what, you help my ass out. I said, you can see when you ran my license. So if I ever get in trouble, you give me a hand. And he said, sure. So I gave him the roses. He called me like 3 days later on my phone. He's like, dude, you're a lifesaver. He said, my wife and I haven't spent that much time together in 10 years. I was like, well, I'm glad I can help. Oh, no, it's crazy, people. Oh, I got a ticket. I was on that same route cruising. Man, I got pulled over and the cops like, oh, man, you got something on your license. I said, what do you mean I got something on my license? He said, you got something on your license. I'm going to take you to jail. I said, well, you have to take my son with me. He said, I don't see no kid. And I said, yeah, he's back there in the chair thing. And this cop was like, you motherfucker. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I can't take him to jail. I'm gonna have to fucking let you go. I said, well, what are you all concerned about? I mean, what is this thing on my license? He said, it says you didn't finish a payment on something. I'm like, well, couldn't you fucking have sent me a letter and said that? I mean, really, come the fuck on. I mean, and so he's like, you're right. And he let me go. That's why you keep up on your tickets, people. Oh, no, I worked for a company. That's how I got my ass in trouble. I worked for a company who encouraged us to speed to get things done for them. And they were really good about paying all your tickets, but I remember they went bankrupt and left about 9 of us holding 3 or 4 tickets each, and high speeding tickets, like 30 miles over the speed limit, 20 miles. See, in Louisiana, once you break 20 miles over the speed limit, it's considered reckless operation. They can take you to jail, search your car, do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much. Yeah, that's just what they consider. They consider reckless operation of your vehicle. What do you mean, Gene? So no, I mean, so far, I mean, we have gone through every piece of information that they have put out on Epstein so far, and we don't mind. I mean, and if you see something we miss, oh yeah, and they're going to be, oh yeah, they're saying another 1 million documents. They might be doing this till next year. It's so they found some more documents they want to put out. So, but the problem for this is they have to redact it. They can't put everything out. Well, you can't say that Bill Clinton was sitting on some little, I can't even say that out loud. It'll make me puke. Anyway, I mean, some things they just can't say. And I don't know if you, ladies and gentlemen, are going to get what you really want, or you're going to get the people who actually did something. I don't know. There's a lot of Democrats on this list.
Well, I mean, according to, he wasn't real specific, but what Trump was saying about it is like, well, first of all, everyone who's been read in on it has said everyone who's expecting results is going to be disappointed for one thing, and for another thing, it's going to hurt a lot of people. That's what's been told about it.
It's definitely gonna hurt more people because it's just so many names, and the problem with the names are just because you weren't there, you can say, oh, I wasn't there. I was just over there doing business or had going. I mean, man had a lot of fucking parties. I mean, if you want to say, oh, Trump went or this one went or Bill went or this one went, the only thing that's damning to Bill is not the fact that he went there 30 times. Bill was a party animal, let's be honest about it. So was Trump. Matter of fact, so was a lot of his people, and they were rich.
Well, and I would say certainly it looks really bad right now for at least for Clinton, some of those pictures that have recently come out. But I would say if he didn't partake in underage sexual activities, he was at least aware of it, which then again makes him as equally guilty as Epstein.
Guilty by association, yeah.
Guilty by association, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly, Joe. It's going to sting a lot of people, and I think, like I said, I think a lot of people like Trump and other people have said a lot of people are going to be very disappointed in what the information actually does say, but several people's lives are going to be altered forever.
That's if they let us get it. So the Clinton judge and the Obama judge, who was the judge who's been holding all of this, said there are just some things that can't be made public.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I can understand it. So what are they going to tell you? Oh, Prince Andrew was down on such and such, doing such and such. They can't release that. One, it would just be an
Well,
embarrassment.
we don't know how graphic it is, but if it is that,
oh
graphic,
no, I heard it was pretty damn graphic.
So
it was and what's her name alluded to that as well. Yeah, but there's no crime if there's no graphics. I mean, oh well, he had some 16-year-old girl swimming around in this pool with some 30-year-old man. So what the fuck does that mean? That's not going to get anybody in a court.
Any naked 16-year-old girl in a pool with any other.
I didn't say naked. I didn't say naked. And let's be honest, all the photos we've seen so far, everybody was dressed. Well, we don't know if Bill was dressed, but everybody else was dressed.
I don't know. That one picture like Bill was naked in that.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not going that Bill wasn't dressed, but the two girls in the pool were dressed. It's
for how long? Yeah.
Well, that's another thing, but that's speculation. We don't have film or video or anything like that to say that's what happened.
Well, so okay, well let's just paint this picture. Let's just say it is a picture of Bill Clinton naked in a jacuzzi.
I don't want to think that. Shut up.
But what? Okay, so all right, let's say he is naked, and a 16-year-old girl gets it, even if she has a bikini or a bathing suit on. That's a huge red flag. Period.
Well, it is and it isn't.
It's not normal. It's not right.
Well, no, that's partially true. So, I mean, he had a daughter. I'm sure he was out there in the pool with his daughter's friends and stuff like that. So that's a slippery slope when you get there. So now, if we're talking that it was Bill Clinton, one or two of these 16-year-old girls, and what's her face in the pool, and nobody else. Oh man, see that changes things. Still doesn't mean he's guilty, but it sure makes it look like he is. But we haven't got to that point yet. I didn't hear nobody, and I ain't heard nobody say his weenie looked like a whatchamacallit, Tootsie Roll.
Well,
that's what they said. Diddy's weenie looked like a Tootsie Roll. Like a Tootsie Roll, the little ones about like that. Oh, you think it's he with the big Tootsie Roll? So what you talking about? He braided his, you know what? Oh, you're some sick fucks around tonight. Carolyn, what you got for us? Yeah, Carolyn Levitt, like I believe that shit. What you got for us? What you did, hijacked her Facebook page? So far, I mean, I got to be honest, and I'm kind of getting a little irritated at this point because we've pushed this a lot on Trump. But you know what? Gas is coming down. So I seen CNN's report card on him today, and it's
come down quite a bit.
Fucking CNN gave him a seriously good report card. So I think they're on. Let me see if I can remember it from memory. The immigration is. All immigration is down. People being put out the country is over 24%. And there is a negative inbound immigration. No one in 7 months has been allowed into our country. No one. Holy shit. Biden said we had to have all kinds of special policies and change our government and put troops and do all kind of shit. And here we are. Damn, bam, thank you, ma'am. Then crime, especially violent crime in the United States, is down between 21 and 25% nationwide. And you want to know why? Because he threw all the fucking people out of the country that was fucking killing and raping and pillaging. Well, not all.
Right now, across the street, regular gasoline is $3.09. Mid-grade is $3.49. The 99 or 97, whatever that is, premium brand, $3.89. Which is what we were paying for the regular price about 60 days ago. And then diesel has come down to $4.29, which used to be like $5.89, $5.99. It was up there. We're still not the national average they're saying is just under $2 a gallon. We're not seeing that here deep in the blue state of
No.
Pennsylvania right now.
So there were 14 states today under 250. A good chunk of other states under $3. But the national average, according to them today, was $2.89 per gallon. So
They were
was
saying
close.
that they were saying that afterward. Initially, they started to say it was $1.99 nationwide, and then like
Oh
just
yeah, don't I
the
wish
last
they
few
didn't even
reports
fucking
was
dollar.
$2.89.
Yeah, it did.
But
But
I
it's
went
not
with
even-
lower because that's what they said first. So because Colorado, at least according to one of our listeners, Heidi is registering
Yes,
$1.99 a
and
gallon.
Colorado does have places at 199, but I think their average is still like 239 or something.
Yeah, we can say nationally we're at $3 a gallon. That's fair enough to say. It's $1.89 here, $2.89 there, blah blah blah. It's
No, I seen it. I mean, I seen it just before.
I think if you work it out, the few places where it's $1.99 or lower, it's those are rare places right now. That's where we'll eventually get to, but I don't think we're going to be there until sometime at the end of next year.
Oh no, we'll be there long before then. So
I'm thinking probably mid-year, but
the-
I don't think
South will be at 199 by February. The entire
Yeah,
Gulf.
but
So
just to be on the safe side,
yeah.
most projectionists are saying just to be on the safe side, the end of next year the gas prices will be $1.99 or
No,
lower.
so they're already off because when we caught the national price today, so this is what's so weird about this. So the national price last year under Joe Biden was $2.99. It's already $2.89 in the United States and expected to be $2.79 by the end of the week. That's nationwide.
Let's see what the AAA fuel prices says nationwide. Let's see what they got to say about average.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Wow. Okay, today's AAA national average price as of today, 12/26/2025, $2.84.
Yeah, see?
84, and they have a 0.8. On most gas stations, it's always a 9 at the end.
Yeah,
of
most
that.
of them are 9, but it's coming down even more. But you're gonna have to get rid of the 9 because they ain't a penny no more.
Yeah.
Well, 9/10 people still. It's 9/10 of a cent technically, but we ain't got a penny no more.
It was a way for them to pad the gas price, so they always got and it was a fraction of a penny each. But how do you think that those OPEC countries got so rich from padding those prices? And we're right now, I think the national average per barrel is still around $55.48 a barrel. So
Let's see.
we're still fighting that.
Yeah, see, when I picked up that today when I was watching Trump's report card. They actually had just a blip of that on. That's why I caught it. And they were saying because they said I can't remember if it was 10 or 15 states that were below 250, but he did say inside of that they were states, especially over there in the Midwest, that were seeing prices under 199. Not all the state, but parts of the state were seeing prices under 199. What surprises me, anybody sees gas below $2 before we do, because usually when somebody up north is like 199 or out west for 199, we're usually like 140 or something. So I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, Chris, we did skip the break. You know what? We'll go to break at the bottom of an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, we did start half an hour late, so
so we're kind of
the timer on the wall says 38:20, so we're only 38 minutes in to a normally 4-hour show.
Yeah. So when we get to the bottom, we'll take when we get to the bottom. I'm sorry, you gotta go pee, man.
Yeah.
If
you're on YouTube, hit pause. You'll start where you'll be back a few minutes, but
No, the report card on Trump was great from CNN today.
Silver
you could tell that
$79.50. Was that per ounce, Joe? Joe Fox says that's how $79.57. Silver ended today, the price wise, I guess.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Is that per ounce? It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because last time I checked, it was like a 32 or something. Now I know gold somewhere around 4,000, but
and I bet copper's probably somewhere around 60 or 80, or 60 or $40 an ounce, because it's been going up too since the COVID craze.
Jamie, you must have misunderstood. I own 500 pounds of gold. Yeah. No, I didn't go mine. Who the fuck told you that? So right after Katrina, it was like $1,200 an ounce. I just bought a bunch of it. Yeah. Well, you're only supposed to. You see, you're gonna get me in trouble. You're only supposed to keep X amount. You're supposed to keep it somewhere else, but I can only keep like in the safe in in the office I can keep. I think it was 15 pounds, and in the house it's like 10. They got rules. Yeah, they got rules of this shit,
Hey
dude.
Google, how much raw gold can you keep legally in your house?
Yeah, that's a good question.
On the website PacificPreciousMetals.com, they say there are no
They
federal
say.
regulations in the U.S.
Oh,
that
well, that's
limit
cool. They
gold.
got.
There you go.
I keep getting tangled in shit here. That's cool because when we got the original certificate on the first one, it said you could only keep X amount. So
Well,
I
that's
guess
maybe that they will that company will hold for you.
no, more than likely what it was back then they probably had rules about it. Now they don't. Because
Oh, maybe,
when I first started looking at gold, we were still slightly under a gold standard. Jeffrey, we're not. We're going.
Well,
Trump's trying to move us back to a gold standard. He really is, but it's not going to happen. It's.
Well, he's trying. If you look on all the commercials, a lot of these commercials are old actors that are pushing gold coin purchasing to pad your retirements with.
Well, no, Steven. So what Trump's thinking is one of these days in the next 10 years, in which he won't be in power, it won't matter. Elon Musk's going to go over there and harvest that freaking asteroid, and the way that we look at the world's going to change. Do you realize when he gets that first asteroid, he'll be able to own planet Earth and planet Mars and have all the money he needs to completely remodel both planets? And
he could buy out every citizen with their weight in gold. So start fattening up people. So once he gets to that asteroid, you're at your heaviest. But on the same token, though, won't dragging that big asteroid of gold and bringing it to market, won't that lower the cost of it? So it would make gold like the penny.
Well, what they'll do is, this is something I found out the other day. So most people don't realize that diamonds are just rocks, right? And they're all over the fucking planet.
They're very easy to find.
But the buys put this artificial limit on them, so that it keeps them in demand. But
they put an artificial worldwide rumor that they were rare and hard to find and hard to mine. The truth is, most diamonds are found in alluvial soil, which is loose, rocky soil, and all they do is they dig it up or they blow it up with a dynamite, and then they scoop it up into a truck. They take the truck to a processing center, which separates the diamond from the crap, and it's not that expensive for them to do. The dynamite's very cheap. Sifting machines are very cheap.
Because
the fact is, diamonds are not rare. They're not hard to find. They're not hard to mine. But they are in difficult places to mine.
Well, they think there is enough diamonds in Olympus Mons that for every person on Earth to own at least 100.
100 what? Pounds?
Diamonds each. They didn't even say weight. And they said they're expecting to find diamonds the size of Volkswagens there.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Do you realize what I mean? We use crystal stones and even diamonds for a lot of things in electronics. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine what you could do one the size of
and the construction industry? Diamond and carbide tip blade for cutting wood and stone.
Well, they just use that bitch to cut right through Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Jimmy, what do you mean? We'll be mining everything. We'll be all over Mars, but we'll be in the asteroid belt first. We're gonna kind of do a triple plan here. So by mining the asteroid belt and processing it on Mars, that allows us to pollute the atmosphere on Mars, which thickens the atmosphere and which makes the pressure more where we can use it. Now, granted, it won't allow us to breathe the atmosphere, but it will allow us to start running around without big, heavy pressure suits. Well, it depends what's in the air, what can touch your skin and what you can't. So it's going to really, but they're not going to use any radiation because they've already ruled that out. The initial
we could also at some point we could also put ozone emitters and oxygen emitters to make it a breathable atmosphere as well. We can easily, I think with our technology, we can easily fabricate an atmosphere on Mars. I think the problem is what is the influx of all those diamonds from Olympus Mons and all that gold from the asteroid belt? What is it going to do to our economy? Is it going to boost it or is it going to destroy it?
Well, in the beginning, it's not going to do anything because it's going to trickle. It'll take 100 years, but after a while, unless we have something we're using it for, which gold we use in every piece of electronics. And guess what, people? If we had that much more gold on the planet, we would be using it constantly in every, because it works so much better of a conductor for low voltage that they love the shit.
Yeah, I
Diamonds are the
agree with
same
Joe
way.
Fox. Diamonds are shit. I think diamonds are as abundant as sand.
And that's the thing. Once they do that, but this is what will happen, people. Diamonds that are mined on Earth will be worthless. But the ones that come from Olympus mines, because they come from Mars, won't be. They'll be
Or ones that come from the asteroid belt.
Or the ones that come from the asteroid, they'll be special, at least in the beginning. Eventually, all that shit's going to get over mined, and it's just going to be too much of it. It'll have.
Well, won't any diamonds that are in the asteroid belt, won't they be somehow changed or altered by radiation that they've been attacked by, since they're, I mean, the whole planet?
I guess we won't know when we get out there. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things we're going to find. A lot of this.
We could find new minerals that are missing from our current elemental table.
They expect to. It's one of the things they expect to find other minerals. Well, there's a big argument, Crystal. Was the planet compressed or not? The fact that they're finding diamonds suggests that the planet was probably there was probably compression there, which suggests it was a planet at one time. Well, because big asteroids aren't really compressing rocks, not enough to make diamonds out of anyway.
Well, and we know it takes millions and millions of years to create gold and diamonds within a planetary atmosphere. So that it had to be a planet like Earth. And it doesn't necessarily have to have, water in an atmosphere, but it had to at least have, molten activity,
Most people
activity.
think because of Venus and Mars that that planet also was probably a lot like ours, just way bigger, 5 times the size of ours, maybe 4 times the size, whatever it was way bigger. And it had already settled in orbit, which is a good thing because it hadn't destroyed all the rest of the planets around it. Because the planet 5 times the size of Earth, approaching Earth on any orbit other than one that's, been there since it would fucking destroy us. It would turn to dust. Fuck you in the flat earthers. How's that?
Yeah, flat earthers, man. Yeah, I agree, Joe. They probably do have a hidden vault that could not only provide the market for the next 100 years, but if necessary, kill the market, especially if they started losing their hats. I wouldn't be surprised if they dumped that shit on the market just so they wouldn't lose their hats.
Well, Jesse, because eventually we'll be all over the place. I mean, at first we'll just be on the moon and Mars, and we'll be mining, we'll be getting helium-3, and we'll get into other things we never even heard of. Eventually we'll get out, Jupiter and Saturn. There's a lot of moons around Jupiter and Saturn that we can colonize.
There are over 300 moons between Jupiter and Saturn. 265 of them are around Saturn alone, which is weird because Saturn is slightly smaller than Jupiter, but it has more moons.
Yeah,
Jupiter,
but it's also further out too, though.
Yeah, it's also further out. And I think Jupiter only has 62 or 82. It's something around in that range, 60 to 80 moons running around it right now, which is very, very odd.
Well, you had Saturn scooping them up, but then Jupiter is weird because it's got more gravity than Saturn.
Being odd, the odd part is, and a lot of people, I've only just come to realize this recently, is that there, and I looked it up, there are 417 natural satellites on the planets within the solar system. That means there's 417 planet-sized or bigger things that could have life and sentient beings and atmospheres on them. And that's just our solar system alone. And people think, oh, there's no chance there's aliens. For Christ's sakes, if the average solar system in this galaxy has 400 possibilities for planet-sized things to have things living on it, the number of 100 trillion possible civilizations in this galaxy just tripled or quadrupled even.
We know around the moons of Saturn and Jupiter, there's definitely moons there that look like they could be inhabitable or be inhabited even by us.
Is it Tycho or Io? One of them two is the most actively volcanic
object in the solar system. Yeah, it's probably Titan. Titan
might be Titan. Yeah. With one of them, I mean, it's got the whole planet, the whole moon. Its volcanoes are erupting constantly and have been since constant observation in the 60s.
No, Jeffrey, you're thinking of ice volcanoes. That's what Pluto has. Yes. Pluto has active geology. Yeah, it moves around and stuff, but it has ice volcanoes.
Yeah. In order for it Pluto to be to have certain characteristics, it must have some sort of a molten geological core that is still active.
Yeah, and it's not close enough to any of the other planets that generate. See, when you talk about Jupiter and Saturn, their moons are close enough that the big planets are generating heat. Just the gravitational field between the two planets generates heat.
Oh yeah,
So,
just the gravitational waves of them keeping those 400 planets, or for Saturn anyway, 265 planets around it. Think about the gravitational friction on just those planets alone. So they're all very warm, I'm sure.
yeah, well, we're gonna probably find some types of life in Europa and Titan and other places out there.
Would not be surprised.
There's a couple other moons. Well, Io's promising too.
Uh,
There's a few other moons that's promising.
we noticed how we kind of glanced over Venus. Most scientists, including myself, and I'm not really a scientist, but I am science bound. There's life on Venus. There's no question. Whatever's producing the atmosphere, the atmospheric gases, the greenhouse effect gases on Venus are from biological processes, whether that's from a plant or mound of vomitous bacteria or viruses. Something on that planet is producing and exchanging gases within that atmosphere.
They what the hell, people?
So
Sorry.
we're not alone, people. We never have been. We never will be.
Well, I mean, we're not alone, but most of the stuff we're talking about right now in our solar system is not necessarily intelligent like we are.
Well, I didn't say that, but
well,
look, if we find even just a planet that's just a big ball of molten bacteria producing greenhouse gases, say in the instance of the planet Venus, what does that say? It says that life exists elsewhere in this galaxy, even though it's right next door. It proves the fact that we're not alone, because it is without question, even though again within our same solar system, it's an alien world.
Alien squirrels, people. Alien squirrels.
Alien squirrels, man. Squirrel.
When we say squirrels, we're really talking about Tim Waltz.
Man.
We're sorry. We don't really love Tim Waltz all that much, but he is a squirrel. Because he's weird. Anytime I see him doing anything, he just weirds me out. No, he really does. He's weird.
Joe Fox.
But anyway, we got to take a break right quick.
Yeah.
Oh, Christopher, no, I can't play Fuck the Woke again. No, I'm surprised I didn't get more shit.
It's functioning. I can get new batteries for it.
No.
Did you get a song, Joe, or you want me to grab something?
No, I got one right here, but somebody had just requested "Fuck the Woke," and I was like, no.
No. I think we already had that one already.
I haven't heard Blue Oyster Cults and Godzilla in a long ways, but we're not going to play that either. Right now, we're just playing the Dead South. It's we've never really had any problems with them. That's why. Lately music's a little bit. We're on a bad behavior list right now, so we have to behave ourselves on what we play. Yes, Jay was really bad when whatever show that was. I don't know, some show back in the past, a couple weeks ago. It's only been like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Well, let me throw this up here, and I say let me throw it up here. I don't even see it. And whoops. We're good. We'll
take it Tuesday again, right here on the Friday show,
because I go right and left instead of left and right. But no, we're gonna play this and we'll be back. We got a couple of promos, and then we'll be back. So everybody get a cup of coffee, get a snack, smoke your joint, do whatever. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Oh, I like that second choice there.
We have another bigger fucking mess. Yeah, man, we could do Oompa. We should figure out Oompa with this song.
Playing a fiddle?
No, he's playing a cello. Yeah.
What do they call a cello down in the Big South down there?
They call it a cello, man.
The big ass fiddle. That's what it is. The bass fiddle.
And then a violin and the fiddle are two different instruments, and I'll show you why.
And guitar.
I don't personally care, to be honest with you.
Damn love couldn't go no further. Proud of and disgusted by her. Push off a little bruised and battered. Hold on, I ain't coming home with you. My life's a bit more colder. Damn wife is what I told her. Brass knife sticks to my shoulder. Home mess bed, tear shed, queen bee miss squeeze.
Almost sounds like Whiskey a Go-Go by the Doors.
Stage smells, smells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, and hell, I'll be in good company.
This LA smells like you know what, and that's C word.
Down low, couldn't go no further. Proud of and disgusted by her. Push on a little bruised and battered. Hold on, I ain't coming home with you. My life's a bit more colder. Dead wife is what I told her. Brass knife sinks to my shoulder. Oh, babe, don't know what I'm gonna do. I see my redhead, mess bed, tear shed, queen bee with squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, and hell, I'll be in good company. Then hell, I'll be in good company. Then hell, I'll be in good company.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestro, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation.
Ooh, yeah, rock and roll, rock and roll.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms, Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because you are worth it.
Well, welcome back from all the weirdos, man. How y'all doing? A little strange out there in the world.
And because of the song you played, I'd like to sandwich it with this song. You want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead, put it in.
Yeah, I think you like it. This is the Alabama song. Very similar to what we just heard.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. Oh, moon of Alabama, now must say goodbye. We've lost our good old mama. I must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Oh, moon of Alabama, oh, now must say goodbye. We've lost our good old mama, and we must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Yeah. Oh, show me the way to the next little girl. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next little girl. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next little girl, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. Oh, moon
Okay, now Jay's made me want to commit suicide. Okay.
Must have whiskey. Oh, you know why?
Oh my God. What's that? Janine said she's coming to your house and whooping your ass.
What's wrong with the doors?
He might like that, man.
Over
You
here
gotta
says
watch
they love
that.
the Doors. The other half doesn't. Come on, they're a fantastic band. All right, so maybe that wasn't their best outing, but it is off their first album, by the way.
What's that, Gene?
Jeez.
Actually, we're gonna be moving stuff around. We're gonna probably keep SoundCloud for a while longer, but SoundCloud I don't know what happened to SoundCloud. It just died. I don't know. Everything else is just doing really well on network, but SoundCloud they got some really weird rules over there now. So, and they're always changing shit around, and I don't, that's very strange with some of the stuff they've done lately. And the numbers go up and down so much. Oh yes. It's I don't know what to tell you, but it's very weird. We'll miss them. I mean, we'll probably keep them as a download, just like we've done with Podbean, but they probably won't be the market one anymore. It went from a couple million a week to a couple of thousand a week. Don't ask me. Well, we're on so many venues, it's hard to tell where anybody goes. Yeah, we're on probably more than 200 podcast sites and at least that many live sites. Let me put it this way. If there's a podcast site and we're not on it, let me know, because as far as I know, they come find us. Yeah, they come find us for the podcast sites. But every now and then what happens is like we had a problem with one of the Podbean accounts. One of them got hacked. So they had to change it over. So there might be some dead links. But if y'all see those, just let anybody in the network know. They'll let me know and I'll fix them. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of them I keep up with.
Well, I remember that one night we went to the iCar site, and you were going to want to show. You were trying to. We were trying to find a specific video, which we never could find. But we found all the photos that were there. There were a lot of more broken links and stuff. So the site needed quite a bit of maintenance.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Well, this site's a little bit different. I mean, the home site's different, but no, Jeffrey, the iCar site is only kept up by 2 people. Yes.
And you're listening to one of them.
Yes, and I'm actually busy with other stuff. Current projects. We are actually working on a new project, but it's top secret. I can't even tell nobody at the network yet. No, it's top secret. Yes, it's one of them things we get into. Look at the blow site. It was top secret for a decade. Nobody even knew we were doing it. And then all of a sudden, good.
This may be coming out of left field rather. And I came across a video on something flashed across my Facebook, and then I went and looked it up. And I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Reutlingen, Germany, 2014. A video surfaced of what appeared to be a very clear, focused, black matte disc on the ground in Reutlingen, Germany, and at first it looks very good and clean, but there's an alien standing on the ground waving his arms around before it disappears awkwardly behind the hill, and then the thing shoots up into space.
Yeah,
and I watched it immediately, and my first impression was that this. When I saw the still part of it, when it was moving, just sitting on the ground, I'm thinking this must be one of our new rivetless ones. But then when it took off, I was immediately struck by how fake it was, and it is fake. It's so fake. It's like not even funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hate that kind of shit.
They when it takes off, they put a light beam underneath of it, so like it looks like the engines are on, and then they follow it up into the atmosphere, and then when it takes off, they put like a Star Trek warp flash when it takes off into light speed. So it definitely was fake. But I was thinking to myself, maybe this is why we didn't hear about a lot of UFO stuff, legitimate or otherwise, because most of it was a bunch of faked bullshit from these assholes trying to get their 15 minutes of fame and win $10,000 on some stupid TV commercial.
Well, that happens a lot now. So
well, Well, I mean, I think it's been going on.
No,
Like
but it have. I mean, we got AI, but
beginning
now
of
with
the UFO
AI,
phenomenon, but I mean, it hurts the industry of any.
oh, it does.
At least it hurts the validity of any truths coming out.
Yeah. Nowadays, short of ET land, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
Michael, what is this? DNC blocks release of 2024 election autopsy on why Kamala Harris lost despite spending billions. I heard about this.
Why did she lose? She had 100. How long did she have to campaign? 108 days? 107
No,
days?
177 or something. And it's the
Or
name of her
117?
book.
Yeah, it's a weird
It's
number.
it's the name of her book. 137 days. Hey Siri, what was the name of Kamala Harris's book? She might not be on. Hey Siri,
Huh?
what was the name of Kamala Harris's book?
Hey Google, what's the title of Kamala Harris's book?
107 days.
Kamala Harris is the author of 22 books. Here are the first three.
Yeah.
107 days.
We don't give shit about
107 days. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just said. 107 days. It's yeah, guys. That's plenty of time to win an election with 1.5. Well, now it went up. It went up to 1.8 billion. So I think the reason they don't want you to see it is because of this thing that Elon Musk was running around going fraud, waste, and abuse. I think that's what you're going to find in this campaign is a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse.
You know what I found out about Elon? He spent $1 million to purchase the submarine that they used in Spy Who Loved Me, the transformed Lotus submarine. He bought that for himself.
Oh man, he's
By the way, it doesn't transform back into a Lotus.
that sucks. Oh man, I love this. Somebody threw this up the other day. I think it was Kennedy actually. It was a warning. He put a picture of Maxine Waters up and said, "This is what you're going to look like if she
You get
probably."
mashed?
Yeah. What the hell? It also says she probably smells like shrimp too. Shame on you, people. That's just bad. Women take that shit personally. Now there's a lot of stuff on. There's a lot of weird stuff out there. A lot of straight stuff out there. Master class on how to be called a journalist by Marco Rubio. Yeah, whatever.
What makes him an expert on being a journalist?
I think he's being facetious, actually. No, there's a lot of stuff on here. There's a lot of, but this is not what we're going to be looking at today because these are a couple of weeks old. Oh, and then there was the oh wait, hold on. I got to put this on. This is just because this is stupid. I got to put this on. Let's see. Okay, where's this? This is just for any special friends we have out there. This is for y'all. Let me put this on the screen right quick. Yes, this is for our special friends. Hold on. Yeah, here it goes. Can't believe somebody's got that going on in the back of their car, man.
Stores are.
You got that started over. It wasn't up. Oop! You pulled it away. It just lost it.
Shame, man. Shame.
I put it up and then it disappeared, dude.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'll put it back up. Hold on, let me find it again. Well, where the hell was I? I was over here. Okay, I forgot what part of the damn screen I was on. You get so much of this stuff open up, you forget where you are. Okay. Tampon Tim, huh?
All right, it's back up.
Wait, did you see the car? No, hold on.
There's tampon on it, yeah.
Okay, here you go. Hold on. All right, where the hell? Damn, I keep losing. All right, there it is. I keep forgetting it's on a news tab.
It's not running.
I wonder how much trouble this guy's gonna get in for this. Shame, man. Shame on them people for putting that up there. Shame. I mean, just shame. Democrats are just as important as Republicans. We need them. Yeah, we need them like we need an extra hole in our ass. That's how we need them. Economists got it wrong. Trump takes victory lap. A strong GDP shocks Wall Street. Yes. Poor Wall Street. Joe Rogan's an interesting character sometimes. Yeah, he puts a lot of them shorts all over. You can catch him in different places. On TikTok or Facebook or wherever. No, we take him down from here. Yes, like that. So dun.
Uh-oh.
So no, as far as I know, I'm sure there'll be other mentions of Trump and different things. I'm sure there's gonna be a mention of a lot of people coming out. I don't know what kind of other pictures they have. I hear there's a lot more pictures. All we can do is wait and see of who they are, what they are, and who they're not. Well, I'd hate to ruin a good present over a wiki dicky, man. But you know.
Well, I mean, we've been saying this for how long now? I don't even know. 18 months, 2 years. If while under the Democrats' purview, if there was anything in any of these files that directly would put Trump in the hands of a child molestation case, that man would be in jail right now. They had how many years with these files? 8 years, 10 years, 12 years with these files.
I'm surprised.
And no charges were ever filed through any of it except for on Epstein. I mean, come on. They're protecting somebody, and then we're starting to see who some of these people are, but not everyone yet.
I'll tell you who I've been listening to is fucking Hunter Biden. He's lost his little mind.
Oh my God, he sounds like a Republican, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's come down on his dad pretty hard on a couple of things.
Well, I mean, he was lambasting the Clintons, particularly Hillary, his dad. Who else? I mean, just about every Democratic, person you could think of, he lambasted in his 5.5 hour interview. What is so interesting about that criminal that warrants a 5.5 hour interview?
But this is like the third or fourth time he's done this, and one of them he was drinking bourbon doing it. I was watching him.
He's drinking bourbon in this one too. No, wait, he's selling some kind of bourbon. He has a table next to him with like 2 bottles of bourbon.
Yeah, and a book. Yeah, I didn't see what the book was either.
In the book, yeah.
In the book, and we're talking about Hunter Biden.
Yeah, he's on a book.
Wait,
tour.
so according to Hunter, he still works for Bunisma. Yeah, no, it's what he said when I was watching the interview. That he still worked for him. He said there wasn't no reason for him to quit. He said that's just the GOP making shit up. Well, what he's got to worry about right now is there's fixing to be elections in the Ukraine real soon, because Russia and America said there would be no more dealing on peace deals without elections.
Yeah.
Because Russia wants to keep that territory, and Zelensky don't want to give it up. What do you mean? Do I think he should give it up? I think he should I think he should land about 300 or 400 cruise missiles inside of Moscow and say, look, motherfucker, you can kill us all off, but we're going to kill a lot of you as we go. And if you start wiping us out, the rest of the world's going to get pissed off and get involved. He wants this war to be over. He's got other things he wants to do. Well, he just put 360,000 troops on the Polish border. So NATO went, and then I haven't heard anything else from him.
Well, if he opens up,
we could probably look up. Well,
he cannot survive another. He cannot survive a 2-border war.
Well, no, you forget he's got big amounts of troops on. Everybody forgets this, but Putin's got a big army spread out across all the 4 other borders that go across his country.
Only one, Heidi?
He's got thousands of tanks, thousands of millions of people. He's got, I think they say he got 1.35 million or 1.75 million people still left in his army. So I don't know. Do you want to go wake up that asshole and then let him start sweeping across Europe? Europe doesn't look like they're ready for a war. All this shit scattered all over. NATO can step in.
Thank you.
But if America doesn't step in, it's what the fuck? You know, so and then what happens if China decides they want to get involved? Oh, Russia, we're going to send you 5 million drones a fucking day. What's Europe going to do? Put its finger in his ass?
Do you think, if Putin opens up a war with Poland, having moved troops there, would China help him out?
Maybe, because guess what Poland's going to have if he does? F-35s.
Well, he's going to have a huge pole shoved up his ass from St. Petersburg coming up the other direction from NATO. But he's not going to be able to, he can barely sustain a war with.
But that's not true.
With,
See,
with the equivalent
but,
of
but
like
think about what you're
redneck
saying. Stop. Think about
in
what you're
Ukraine.
saying. If you watched America doing Vietnam, what would you have said? We could have barely sustained the war, but we could have kicked the world's ass. You have to remember, Putin is just fucking playing around here. He's getting rid of dead of equipment. He don't have anything state of the art there. He's not running anything really great. Anything state of the art was inside that got killed.
He's still getting his ass kicked.
It thinks like he's thinning out his generals, trying to find out who can do the job, who can invade and go up against NATO, because none of them motherfuckers he's had recently.
Okay, so that's one thing he does lack. His army does not have the fighting experience that the U.S. military has.
No, it doesn't. But neither does Europe.
No, that Europe hardly has any kind of military forces. They've been relying on us for how many years?
It's one of the reasons Trump said,
70 some years. We've been protecting them from Russia and themselves.
The new deal with all the countries we're making deals with is this: 5% to NATO, which is already done. It's already a done deal. Everybody got to put 5% into NATO because we can't fucking trust China or, it sucks because if we could trust China or and Russia, 5% is a lot of money for a lot of countries. And shit, 5% of $40 trillion is a lot of fucking money, man. Let's be honest about it.
The more you make, the bigger that 5% is.
It's like $2 trillion, Jimmy, for a country like us. So I mean, yeah, we don't even spend $2 trillion on our own military, but we're going to spend $2 trillion on fucking NATO's, which doesn't even protect us. No, you'd be surprised what we're doing here. Why do you think? I got a question for everybody. Listen, we have a jet. We're not going to talk about the F-47 yet because it's not actually technically it's not in production yet.
Service yet.
But in service yet because it is in production. But we do have a jet that you can only get in America. It's only allowed to fly in America. Every now and then they'll send it overseas, let it fuck around. But it's
F-22?
It's the F-22. And the reason why is it's the most advanced, motherfucking meanest aircraft on the planet. Even the Chinese don't want to fuck with it. They'll tell you they don't want to. They don't even want their Gen 5 ain't got a fucking shot against the F-22. That thing is, they didn't call it. Look, I can't tell you how many of our own pilots had killed before we figured out how actual badass this thing was. If we would have had AI back then, I bet you this plane would have been AI equipped.
But basically, the way this plane works, you have to go watch the Clint Eastwood movie Firefox. The plane operates through thought and mental. You put a helmet on and you think, shoot missiles, and it shoots the missiles. Turn left, it turns left. Go faster, it goes
faster. But if you can vision like the plane just hovering like this and just waiting to where it can pitch in raw and ore so it can drop missiles out when it wants to. And wait, it also has missiles that can fire out the fucking back and come around the side. The thing is a beast. I would not want to get in a fight with it. And I don't even want to talk about it.
Where do you think they got the idea for the rear firing missiles? They got it from the goddamn movie Clint Eastwood was in, Firefox. That's rearward firing missiles.
You know what, Dean? I did hear that, and that was badass sounding. I caught that clip from the Ukraine of those 7 supersonic missiles. You heard them? They sound like something out of like one of the sci-fi movies. They were badass sounding. Oh yeah, Mach 7. Them fuckers are mean. Well, think about a Mach 7 missile is. Let's say your bomb fails. Just the sheer speed of the damn thing is gonna wreak havoc on anything it hits.
It's 7 times the speed of sound.
Yeah, that's how.
Hey Google, what is Mach 7 in miles per hour?
3,500 miles or
Seven
something.
speed of sound is equal to 5,370.884
5,000.
miles per hour.
That can't be right.
Yeah. Well, it's 750 miles an hour. I thought was the speed of sound. So
779 miles.
yeah, something like that. So it's right around there. And
hey, Google, what's 7 times 779?
7 times 779 is 5,450.
Okay,
right.
so that's right. Yeah, it's right.
No shit. No, Jesse, 186,000 miles per second is the speed of light.
That's the speed of light. Speed of sound is 7,777 or 79 miles an hour. It really depends.
700, not 7,000.
And the barometric pressures and other things. But
Ignore
basically,
Jay.
at sea level, the speed of sound is 777 miles an hour.
He got it right now. Yeah, he said 7,000. I heard him, Jim. He said 7,000. I heard him.
Jimmy's like 7,000. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I have dyslexia. Give me a freaking break.
It's what's that, Chris? No, I mean they're badass. Well, no, wait a minute. What do you mean Russia developed the first hypersonic missiles? Are you stupid? You do know what an intercontinental ballistic missile is. It's a hypersonic missile. Some bitches can do Mach 30. Fuck Mach 7. Oh yeah, they're badass. I think the Titan 2s did like Mach 26 or something. I'd have to look it up to be 100% sure, but they were bad to the bone, or still are bad to the bone. Yeah, no. So hypersonic missiles these are different. These are like under the wing hypersonic missiles, or shot.
But for an F-22, no, they're inside the wing actually, or inside the fuselage,
or off of a launcher or something like that. Like they're like cruise missiles that can do. Yeah, that can are hypersonic. Well, cruise missiles are badass because they can fly at like 300 feet.
Well, they also the really cool one we have is the Tomahawk cruise missile. It's a flat looking thing. It's orange, and it can follow the contour. The radar that it has, it can follow the contour of the trees and the terrain and the mountains. So radar would have a very difficult time finding it because it flies like within 150 feet off the deck, basically right above the tree line.
It's you can actually see it when it was when they were flying them into Baghdad. You could see them coming in when the news teams were out there. They would come flying in. Oh yeah, they'd be 200 feet, 300 feet off the ground. Well, they had to be. They couldn't fly at the 150 range because sometimes there'd be things crisscrossing through the buildings.
Well, yeah, and they're in the desert. There's no trees there anyway. So.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they were going through the city. They were flying through. The city.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so I mean, you watching these guys. So first off, you hear this massive bombing going on, and all these guys are hitting the ground, hiding. This is CNN people too, by the way. This is Desert Storm. And they're high. They're doing their jobs. One guy's got the fucking camera hanging over the balcony, just hoping he's getting something. And all of a sudden, you see this cruise missile coming on. Don't even look like it's hardly cruising. Just cruising along. He gets up. He's following. He's cruising it. All of a sudden, the building like 2 blocks away is just gone. It's disappeared. Oh, Jay's possessed by them great aliens again.
It's Boris. Boris Badenoff. He's come to get moose and squirrel.
Why? Why you want us to go to break? What do you want? But you got a song you want to play?
We started a half an hour late, so we're going break at the half hour at the bottom of the hour. Actually, another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. Why? What are you in such a hurry for?
They want more music. They want more good music.
Play
some more Doors.
Janice said I agree with you, Jan. He plays that again. I'm jumping off the bridge with you, baby. Just
I didn't say play that again. We'll just play another Doors song.
It's we'll just jump off the bridge.
Boris Badenoff. Let's get to Moose and Squirrel. Yeah, buddy.
Denise, what's funny about Epstein is Epstein went from like uneducated, no college grad, I don't even think graduated high school, to a real estate mogul, which he wouldn't be the first one who did it. I mean, a lot of billionaires on the planet didn't graduate high school. The number one tech guy in the world, I think he's like 5th or 6th wealthiest man in the world. He didn't even graduate 9th grade. He's from Mexico, I believe. Some big communications company. He ain't the only one. You'd be surprised how many billionaire millionaires there are that didn't graduate high school, didn't go to college. Because there's something to be said for hands-on. See, I did both. So, but there's something to be said for hands-on experience. So, like this. So, I went to all that tech school, and then I went to college in the Navy, and then I went on the ship. Okay, now I knew all this stuff in my head. Everything I was going to do on the ship, I already knew. We even practiced drills before we went. So I knew all of this, not the same. You get on the deck, shit just changes, and it changes quick. You don't know what the hell's going on. They got shortcuts for things. They got short words for things. They got looks for stuff. These people work together. They just got this look. Oh, fuck, something's up. And then
Yeah, what you call a pliers, they call a doohickey. Pass me the doohickey. What?
they just it's just. But I mean, sometimes the equipment and the way you have to fix things, you don't have time for that on the flight deck. Until I got noticed by fixing that missile. It came on, and I went over to turn it off, and I fixed it. And the guy was like, they thought for sure they were going to have to take the plane down, bring it downstairs, take the missile off, put the missile on the thing, they got a missile holding thing. They actually got a missile holding thing that aims out the side of the ship, which is kind of cool in case the damn thing goes ape shit. And because missiles, believe it or not, people, you'd be surprised how many missiles just decide to go. They're kind of like fireworks, but they don't need a fuse. Yeah.
Some of them have depending on the type of missile, some of them have a liquid explosive inside, some of them have a solid explosive inside, some of them have both. And some of them, depending on the size of it, like a napalm canister, for example, is usually like 5,000 liquid pounds of gelatinized gasoline with a small, like a test tube worth of white phosphorus that is ignited at a certain altitude. So it's a proximity fuse, basically, and that white phosphorus goes and ignites the gelatinous gasoline, and that's your napalm bombs. Very, very
Jack, I've seen all
nasty
kinds of
stuff if you're in the area of effect of it. But,
I've seen all kind. I've seen missiles hit the conning tower. I don't know how them fuckers survived that. I watched the F-18 just disintegrate. The pilots had to eject it, but it just disintegrated into the conning tower. It came in. We were all scrambling, jumping down elevators into the holes because they got little holes on the deck and shit you can go down into.
If people are curious as to why they stopped using copper for the penny in 1943, they were making them out of steel and zinc. The reason was they were using the copper mainly for jacketed bullets and anti-tank devices. In the anti-tank device, there were 3 copper spikes inside the cone of the cone of the bullet, anti-tank bullet. And so the way it was explained to me by a guy who was at World War II, he said once this anti-tank bullet was shot at the tank, the cone would hit the outer shell of the tank and cause it to heat up. And as it heated up, the 3 rods of copper hit that hot side of the tank and bore through it because they were sharp and pointy. And then as they bore through it, they melted into liquid molten copper, and they would spray the entire inside with hot molten copper. Anything
we never most of the fucking time we didn't even know what was on the heads. All we had to worry about was the ass ends. Is usually if it hit, it would ricochet and it would go off one of the sides of the runway. And you believe it or not, some bitch would blow upside carry. Wouldn't even put a black mark on the bitch. And carriers are tough, man. You'd be surprised how tough they are.
Did you hear about this? A Garmin auto plane that was just used out of Denver for what is DIA? Yeah, Denver International Airport, I guess, for emergencies. Cool.
Let's see how it works out.
Did you hear? Okay, no, wait again, way off. It's again from left field somewhere. Hadn't had a chance to vet it yet, but I saw a blurb about something being unearthed in India within. I thought it was just recently, but it seems within the last 10 to 15 years. Possibly a Vimana was unearthed in the desert just outside of Praga, something or other temple. I can't pronounce it, and I'm pretty good with weird words.
They've been saying there's a lot of stuff they've been uncovering in India, but not just there. In certain parts of the desert, they've been uncovering stuff and
Dwarka and the other. I think it has Arka in it as well. The 2 cities that were buried by the Mahabharata. Not Mahabharata. It's in the Mahabharata. They were buried by Shiva launching some sort of bow and arrow that caused a flood event that buried these two cities. We now have found them. 2 more cities destroyed in biblical myth that now are no longer myth.
Oh, Stephanie, I would bet you there are still at least 100 cities buried, at least.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I would bet you at least that many.
So the autopilot successfully landed a plane in Colorado after the pilot, I guess, heart attack or something, got too drunk.
Autopilot's supposed to do that job nowadays.
So that's good to hear. I mean, aren't we supposed to be at the brink of like near self-drive cars anyways?
Well, I got self-driving cars. They're all over the damn place. They're driving all over. I mean, just go to LA, Colorado, anywhere. Arizona, they're driving all the taxi cabs all over the place. You know, they just were making joke because those 3 taxi cabs got at the same stop sign at the same time, and nobody could figure out who to go.
Heidi's involved in the conspiracy with that. They moved into their headquarters into Olathe, Kansas, right after she graduated. So,
yeah. But I mean, think about that, Jay. You had three auto driving cars at one stop sign and a 4-way stop sign, and no one could figure out how to leave.
Well, they got to figure that out. The way that, I mean, at least I've always thought a stop sign worked. When they have 4 stop signs, the car that gets there first, that's going straight, has the right of way.
And that's how it is.
The car to the right, then the car to the right, then the car to the right.
But how do these cars aren't talking to each other? Obviously, because nobody knows who got there first.
They have to. They have computer eyes. They can know better than a human eye would.
No, obviously, no. That car can know who stopped first, but it doesn't. Is it sure that the other car knows? Obviously, it wasn't, or it would have went. See, the problem wasn't what it was.
That out then. I mean,
the problem wasn't with, it's like any driver. The problem wasn't with that particular driver. The problem was with the other driver. What did the other driver know? It should know, and that computer should know it knows, but that computer wouldn't go because it wasn't sure if it actually knew.
Well, I mean, if we have all self-driving computerized cars, they'll all know that, and so they'll have to have some way of gauging which vehicle.
Well, that's another assumption that they'll all know that. There's always
they're going to have to. I mean, I'm sorry, but they're going to have to program all.
Yeah. How long vehicles, have you? I mean, really, how
they're
long
going to have to eventually program all vehicles AIs with all the state's rules and regulations on stopping.
That's all fine, but how long have you been fucking gaming?
Gaming?
How long you been gaming? You know, gaming, playing games on a computer. How long? A year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
No, if you want to count gaming on computers, I'd say from the 90s at least. But video games and that kind of gaming or board gaming, my whole life.
All that time, how many times have them fucking computers glitched?
Sometimes they do, or not. Sometimes they don't. Depends on the game and the programming company. But yeah, it happens occasionally.
Yeah, it glitches. Yes, it glitches. For most people, it glitches on a daily basis. So you want to take 8 billion of us and put us in the cars and planes and boats, all automated. Oh yeah, we know you do, Doomsday. Don't try to get out of it now, man.
I'm not. I'm just saying for them to make them work, they would have to do some sort of AI so that they know the rules, and so that eventually, because if they're going to have that situation happens all the time, even with regular drivers.
Jay got this idea killing us from Doctor Who. I know where this idea came from. He's going to put us all in cars and just drive us off the fucking cliffs. Oh man, that's just so wrong. And then what will be like the Matrix?
There's a good subtle way to reduce the population, to manageable sizes. Muhahaha.
What, Steve?
No, but I don't advocate for the self-driving vehicles, but I mean that is going to happen. It happens with live drivers anyway, so they're going to have to put, sensing devices so that all the cars know which vehicle got there first, which car stopped first, which car has the right of way. Otherwise, you're going to have lockups like that, especially at rush hour when everybody's trying to go home. You get 4 and 5 people per car trying to get home in an auto drive situation, and they all get to a stop sign at the same time. They can't glitch like that. It can't be that something that's stupid that would glitch it up.
No, they're gonna have to figure that out. That's not.
Yeah,
something.
they're gonna have to. Yeah,
But
I
wait, think
guarantee you.
about it. Think about it. What happens if they're on their airplanes in the sky or big 18-wheelers cruising
A
along?
lot more space in the air though than there is on the roads. Or the roads are confined. You know, like this is how you go. You can't go here because there's a building over here, right? In most cases, especially in the city. So you're confined in your lane of travel. Airspace is a little bit same with boats. A lot more air, water space, a lot more airspace, so they have less chance of crashing. Which is probably why there are less crashes with airplanes, because they have more room to maneuver away from things. Whereas if you're on a even on a 3-lane highway, and you're in the middle lane, somebody crashes here, you go over here. Somebody crashes here, you go over there. But if somebody crashes on both sides, you're screwed, right? You have a limited space to avoid that kind of stuff in the city, or a confined driving space like a highway.
What do you mean, Jimmy? The end of the world as we know it by who? Russia don't want to end the world. Putin's getting old. Putin wants to enjoy himself with his little, 20 little wives he has and stuff. Whatever he's got going on over there, he wants to enjoy himself.
Didn't he get all cuddly buttly with the Indian and Pakistani government? So he's probably got a harem of Indian girls waiting for him when he retires.
Probably does know that crazy bastard.
Yeah, but in his case, maybe even a harem of young Indian boys or Pakistani boys.
No, Stephanie, he's friends with Mumbai, whatever his name is, Mumbai.
Yeah.
He's friends with him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're real buddy.
Yeah, pisses the United States off every time they hang out together.
Well, also, I mean, just recently, just this week or last week, wasn't it, that Mumbai, was his name Mumbini, whatever.
Mumbai, something like that.
He just sold a whole bunch of gasoline to Russia, and he's not supposed to.
Well, no, he didn't sell it to Russia. Russia would have been selling it to him. Russia's got gasoline.
Oh, well, whatever. Yes, I mean, whatever their relationship they have, it's ridiculous. Trump keeps telling them quit doing that, and they keep doing it, and it's like, why even bother being?
Well, we started seizing stuff, and the Europeans seized the last Russian tanker.
We've taken 3 boats out that have left Venezuelan waters.
We've got
and 2 in Europe.
Well, the Europeans have started taking the Russian boats.
Well, what we're doing with that gasoline, right?
I know what they're doing with it over there. They're doling it out between the states. I mean, whatever.
We're using it, yeah.
Yeah, they're using it. Over here, we're going to probably make it part of the strategic reserves. But Trump said they have to test.
They're going to refill the strategic reserves, which I think we depleted under Obama's regime.
No, under Biden's. Trump had refilled it. Yeah, Trump had refilled it under Biden.
Yeah, and then Biden re-emptied it.
I mean under Obama, but under Biden it got emptied again. Because Biden don't understand what the strategic reserves is for. It's not just to make gas prices cheap in the United States. It's in case we get in a fucking war.
Yeah.
And he's over there selling. And you know who he was selling it to? The fucking Chinese.
Yeah.
He was selling our fucking gasoline to the Chinese. I was thinking to myself, isn't that treason or something? I mean, what the hell?
Well, no, he was making money off of it. And so it's not just treason, it's insider trading.
I mean, Jesus. And the country's allowed to sell stuff. I mean, I can't hate on that, but I mean, I thought we were supposed to keep them from, getting ahead of us, helping them get a power built up and stuff. Yeah, I forgot. The F-35 proved that their little stealthy billion-dollar radar system ain't worth a shit. It came within, I think they were within less than a quarter mile of the Chinese border. The radar system didn't even know they were there.
That's one of them too.
Yeah, and that's one of was one of their big cities too, so nearby. So we could have took them out. And they didn't even, they had no clue we were even there. When the I forgot what country it was. When the exercise was over, they contacted them to let them know we had been in the area, but we hadn't crossed the border. He's gonna hate that shit. From time to time, he just gets messages like that, and he's like, "How the fuck did they do that?"
Well, I mean, I think it keeps him on his toes for one, and for another thing, it also shows him that we have a lunatic for a president who's fairly willing to shoot down anything that comes across his border to ours. So,
Jesse, Trump. So the first president to show the world that we really were something to contend with was Ronald Reagan.
yes.
Ronald Reagan sent, I can't remember, it was 3 or 4 ballistic missile submarines to surround China. He put one on each side, one on the bottom. So he had one in South China Sea, one here. One. Regardless, it was more than enough to deplete and wipe out the entire country. Never had no clue we were there. They were less than 300 miles from their shores in most places, which means like in places like Hong Kong or Beijing, the missiles would have been there in less than 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, they would.
No chance of stopping, no chance of doing anything but dying.
Their early warning system would not have been able to warn anybody in time to do anything, not even their military.
And then, so that was insane. And then Trump was having dinner with Xi Jinping the first time, and he launched an attack on Syria where that submarine launched 105 cruise missiles. Now, Jay and I had looked this up. Most of them said they had like 35 or 40. We found out how they changed it, but later on we figured it out. But he had to be thinking 105 cruise missiles. Cruise missiles are hard to shoot down, even with drones. And if they're nuclear tipped, you don't even want to shoot them down with drones because you know what's going to happen, where they're going to go, or how they're going to explode.
Well, the thing about the nuclear warhead is it won't be active until it arms itself before detonation, which is usually just before it hits target.
Yeah, but I guarantee it's got a tampered detonation on in case something hits it or something.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it feels like it's going to be shot down, or it may just arm itself and detonate.
No. They have like they do have a kill switch in them that will separate the two components that can be found later by two different parties.
Yeah, we're not going to do that over enemy territory. We're going to blow the fucking thing up. Once it
deploys by wire too. Yes.
Yeah, once it crosses and goes into another territory, we don't have really an option but to blow the damn thing up. We're not going to let somebody get hold to one of our advanced warheads. To hell with that. Just boop, goodbye. Well, some of them, all of them are going to have proximity, but most of them will have. Well, it's a dead man, so like if the thing just crashes, it just detonates. It knows if it's crashing or not. Yeah, they're smart enough to know that, and that's old school technology. That's not even new stuff. That's technology out of the 70s and 80s, people.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff that runs our missile system is antiquated. You wouldn't even let them do your fucking taxes with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, think about the system right now. I believe that runs NORAD. It's the same system. Was made up in the 80s. And was allegedly hacked by a 17-year-old high schooler.
Yeah,
they made a movie called War Games about it.
But that's only in the system that a lot of their systems are still mechanical, so it doesn't matter if they're hacked. You can't do anything.
But I mean, what I'm saying is they're still using a computer system based from 1980s that they built 50 years ago.
They added a I forgot what they called it, a mechanical component part. So the systems are unhackable now. There's not really much you can do to them. You'd have to have somebody become a traitor to offset what was going on there. And the new missiles, the old missiles are just, the new missiles are much different. The new missiles are all fiber optics, and I mean not fiber optics, they're solid state, and everything's got chips all over the place, and diodes and little gold connectors and little buttons that can turn them on and off. And see, that's the kind of fucking missiles that can be hacked. You know, you don't want anything that has Bluetooth connected to it flying around in the sky with an atomic warhead. You know, I mean, that just seems stupid to me. Well, no, John, they can't really turn the missile around, but they can detonate the fucking thing. None of our missiles are made to really, made to just kind of arc out and.
Well, yeah, most missiles and most bolts are going to fly in a parabolic course.
Jimmy, no, we got a lot of missiles. We got a lot of missiles that can hold nuclear weapons. It's not just ballistic missiles or cruise missiles.
There are torpedoes that can hold nuclear.
Yeah, there are torpedoes too, but we have other missiles besides that. We got a lot of things, and then we have tactical nukes that we can fit on almost anything. No. So when you hear them talking about warheads on a cruise missile, that's a full warhead. That could be anywhere from 5 megatons to 25 megatons. But when you hear them talking tactical nukes, they're usually a half a megaton. They might be a megaton, but they're usually half a megaton. They're just enough, like if it's like a city like Kiev, you hit it in the center, boom, all the infrastructure is wiped out. You're going to leave because it's radiation, but it's not a city. It's going to be totally destroyed. It's not going to be totally destroyed forever.
Okay, so the phenomenon with a direct strike on a nuclear weapon over a city or over a grove of trees has been this, and it has been the same pattern, and the same thing with Tunguska. Usually everything directly beneath the blast remains standing. Everything in a radius miles and miles outside of it is knocked over or instantly incinerated and burnt, and there's nothing but a shadow left. So that's what a tactical nuke would do, is pretty much destroy one city and most of the buildings.
Oh no, the tactical nuke won't destroy a city. You need.
Oh, it'll still destroy some buildings, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but you need if you want to destroy like a city like New York, you need 30 kiloton, 40 kiloton, 50 kiloton. You need a big nuke to bring down a city that size. But what a tactical nuke does, and this is why they call them tactical nukes. You want to take out something like Wall Street in New York, but you don't want to take the whole city out. You just want to take out Wall Street. That's what a tactical nuke will do. It'll do like those 7 buildings we seen when they hit it with the airplanes. Do something like that. But that's why they're called tactical nuke. They're low yield, low effect. They're designed, like if you want to hit some. I'm not even sure if a tactical nuke would even penetrate the shielding of the Gerald Ford, the steel. I'm not, maybe if it was a funnel charge.
Maybe not. But a tactical nuke directly detonated over New York City, like downtown, Manhattan. I'll bet you almost all the buildings are destroyed, but the ones directly under the blast.
Nah, you lose maybe 5 buildings, maybe 6. You might not even lose that many. It's just not that much of. I've seen them light off. They're just not that powerful. They're not. Put it this way: they're not enough to even sink ships. They're enough to kill everybody on board the ships and fuck them up.
Megaton is still more powerful than Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs.
No, I don't know if they are. This is the first thing, and it even says on the thing. It says low yield tactical nuke. They're really designed to just take out they're more pinpointed than a nuke. That they're more like a laser pointer is what they are. That's what they were designed to be. Like if you needed to take out a capital ship, not try to take out the whole fleet, just a capital ship. And they don't always airburst them. Sometimes they'll come in like on a cruise on the side and burst out this way because they're trying to break a ship in half or something. So they're not really designed to. I mean, they can be. Don't get me wrong. All you gotta do is throw 25 kilotons on a cruise missile. It'll do anything you fucking want it to do. But these are much, much smaller. The suitcase nukes that they talked about were like 5 kiloton or 10 kiloton. Those are decent sized nukes, and those were ground burst nukes.
Yeah, but that'll take out like a building, maybe a block, maybe a whole block of buildings, but that's about it.
And then, but the tactical nukes are just low yield. They're not really. No, Jimmy, you're thinking of a neutron bomb. That's a whole different beast.
It's a different ball of wax.
Yeah, neutron bombs don't do any physical damage.
I think there's some infrastructure damage because the EMP does kill electronics, but other than that, the city remains intact for the most part.
Yeah. No, what Jay's telling you is if your car or your computer was on, it was dead. If it was off, it was fine.
Well, and most office buildings, if the neutron bomb goes off in the daytime, there is an EMP involved with it, so any commercial electrical systems would probably be destroyed. You'd have to rebuild them.
No, Steven, that's what they're made for, so that you can come in and take the city back over.
Mm-hmm.
So a bomb like that would be used probably 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning when everybody was asleep. It would minimize the damage. Everybody's cars off, so your car would still start in the morning. Well, depending on how close you were, your car would still start in the morning. Well, if you're too close, it doesn't. If you're within 5 city blocks, it doesn't matter. It's going to melt everything. But after you get past,
or if you're within the percussion blast, you could pop your tires or destroy your windows and the frame and whatnot.
Kennedy,
we do have a break coming up, though.
Yeah, we do, but they don't have to have. No, they don't. Okay, a neutron bomb can simply be just like a dirty bomb, but just neutrons. doesn't have to have a concussion wave, even though some of them are built with them for different reasons. They're sometimes sometimes the government wants like a landing area, so they'll use a concussion wave on the neutron bomb. It'll like clear out, say, like a block, just flatten everything, and then the neutron will go in and kill everything and everybody. Then you have a place you can come in and set down. Well, you better have radiation gear, but remember, the thing about a neutron bomb is it's only supposed to have a half life of 1 year. That's it.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2 or almost 3
Oh,
years.
I've heard ranges. To be honest with you, I've heard ranges from 6 months to 5 years. So I just figured I figure it must be based on the yield.
The main thing is that what happens is everything within that time frame dies in that area until the half-life folds over, and then it's safe. So after that time frame, all that's left is you have to rebuild probably most of the electrical infrastructure, probably some of the buildings that were damaged by the active percussion
Somebody
of the
smack
blast.
him. We got to teach Jay what a mute button is. I know, guys. It's well, no, I mean they're new. It's still a nuclear weapon. It's
still a nuclear weapon. There's still lots of you're not going to have you'll have a fully functioning city after you come in and rebuild certain systems like probably the plumbing and the electrical and a few other things.
According to U.S. Navy, the systems don't actually exist, and they didn't actually do a test on one of the islands to see how it worked. They were actually the first test they did was to see how long it would take to grow foliage. Again, it was something like 12 months. Well, the particular island they had had a lot of rain, so probably a lot of contaminants. No, I can't tell you where it was. It's probably still classified, my friend. Yeah, it probably still is. And then the second time they tested it for how well it would do electronics. So what they were trying to find out. So let's say they were aiming at a ship or a big thick building. Will it penetrate all the way into the middle of the floors and in through all the steel all the way down to the engine room and the lower decks? And what they found out was
it's only going to bounce off the hull. Then they have to go back to scratch one. Start over.
So what they found out was, depending on where it was, what kind of instrument it was, anything can be contaminated up to a certain point. It was all in the way. It was. Well, no, they don't really airdrop those. They usually ground explode those. Well, airdrop kind of wastes the effect on it. It needs to spread out like this, and spread it down like this. So airburst is an umbrella. This is just like a. Hey, they usually use more. They usually use 3 or 4. But as far as anybody's concerned, the neutron bomb doesn't exist unless they've upgraded it recently, which they may have. Our government said for decades it does not exist, even though there was billions of dollars spent on it. It didn't exist because they call it the horrible bomb because it kills people without doing any real other damage. So you mean flowers and stuff like that? You can have flowers in less than a year. And if you want to go in there and speed things up, you can by removing topsoils and stuff like that. But you're still because somebody.
Oh wow! Look at this. All right, so neutron bomb. Wikipedia. Testing of the W66 was carried out in the late 1960s, and it entered production in 1974. The first neutron bomb to do so. Approximately 120 of them were built. 70 of these being on active duty during the 75 and 76 as a part of the safeguard program. Wow.
I wonder if there's any of them left. I never hear.
I'll bet you they are. I will bet you they have them.
Well, Jeff. No, Jeffrey. No, so there was. It wasn't actually called a neutron. It was like the neutron star. No, those actually had physical damage, and they had a small range of physical damage and a high yield of radiation. They would have been considered a dirty bomb in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
But the neutrons are a little bit more controlled. Well, no, because for years the government swore we didn't have them. And there's no telling when they actually made them public. I know in the 80s, they were still denying them. Of course, they were still denying Area 51, too. So,
yeah.
Well, actually, Jeffrey, they still deny Area 51.
Well, no, not entirely. The 1993 CIA case, civilians whose family members had worked and been exposed to noxious chemicals at Area 51 successfully sued the government and were given recompense, and therefore by that and guilty by association, they had to admit that Area 51 existed because that's where the chemicals were burned.
Yeah, but I think they ended up calling it something else.
Yeah. Dreamland Ranch or something.
Oh, they're so funny with us. Well, Jackie was contaminated before they ever got there. Yeah,
that's where the first nuclear weapon was detonated.
And that's what they were using it for waste storage forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they started sending humans out there. I mean, it's bad enough you send in just everyday humans out there, but then you're going to take your brightest and smartest scientists and stick them out there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what, Greg? Other people have said that that's why they went so deep underground, because they could use that like as a buffer zone on the top. As long as you didn't stay up there long, you weren't getting contaminated.
Yeah.
But it would keep soldiers from another army coming in. Maybe so, maybe not. I'm not counting on that little story, but well, maybe it will, but it doesn't matter. I don't think that's what it was actually there for.
Well, it also explains another phenomenon in cattle mutilations, why there's so many and concentrated in those regions, because that's where the nuclear weapons were tested.
All right, Mike, come over, bring me about 25 grand. I'll bring you out to Area 51 and I'll get you inside and you can have a look around. Yeah. They'll bring you down to the cafeteria, give you the UFO candy bar and the UFO cup. Yeah, they got a little visitor center in there.
That's just a little alien inn. That's not on. That's not on the base.
No, really, that's on the base. They actually got a little visitor center on the base. It's for all the people who take the Janus flights. Yeah. Yeah.
And right behind the revolving doors on the other side of that gift shop, candy shop, is where the guys with the big burly black jackets and black hats and handcuffs.
You can see where these big hangars are abandoned. These are huge hangars. I mean, we're talking hangars like the size of 6 or 7, 8 big office buildings. Some are round, some are square, but they're all abandoned now.
That's because the SR-71 doesn't fly out of there anymore.
Yeah, but that's way too big for the SR-71. This is something huge. I mean, this is like quarter of the moon size. Those fucking things. Whatever was in there was
Leroy Space Jet, maybe, perhaps.
I don't know what it was, but it was big. And Dean, if you had to classify, you mean alien stuff? I'd classify it as a mid-sized saucer. Yeah, which are pretty damn big. No, it wasn't big enough. And then the square ones, I don't know. Because the way the military works is if you have certain clearances and certain things. See, it wouldn't help me if I just had a class 10 security clearance. Because it could be for anything. As far as I could be some fucking paper jock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just see a lot of stuff. No. See, I was in the practical field, so it's different. They'll allow you to, because they already know you're not going to yap it, tap. But then there's truly what they call need to know. And it doesn't matter how high your clearance is. Your clearance could be higher than the motherfucker watching it or giving the orders for that matter. But you don't have the need to know part, so guess what? You don't get to know.
Yep.
Because some things you just don't need to know. To put an example, there's a lot of stuff I learned about the USS Nimitz when I was on board. And every now and then I would be working on something and I would go see my number one and say, hey, number one, I don't understand this. And he'd look at it and say, you know what, Joe? You don't need to know, my friend. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Really? He says, such and such will take care of it. I'm like, no problem. And then that's one of the reasons I got promoted and got higher clearance was because a lot of that stuff you just, you know, the clearances are outrageous because you see things and you understand things. And everybody always thinks it's something esoteric or alien or something along those lines. They just don't realize how many secrets our country keeps. It keeps a lot of secrets. Their biggest secret is some lady named Heidi that lives in Colorado. Yeah, she's an Alpha Centaurian. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why they keep her stuck out there in that old nasty state, Colorado, purple state. Actually, Jackie, it's not even purple anymore, it's blue. It's a blue ball state now. I got a friend out there who grows marijuana, sells to the dispensary, sells a couple places. And I don't know how it still works in Colorado now, but last time I talked to him, you can grow X amount of plants yourself, and you can swap your weed for stuff. You can't get cash for it, but you can swap. He swapped it for. He got it was a Dodge, one of the. It's not a Charger, a Duster. I think it was a Charger. Yeah, he swapped the guy for the weed for the Charger. You know how much weed you'd have to give somebody for a Charger? I mean, there's got to be some kind of limitation up there. Maybe they just didn't care. I go to Colorado about every 2 years. Yeah. I was just up there for FanX not too long ago, Salt Lake City. Moab. There's a little town I went to 2 different times to lecture, 3 different times actually. I can't remember the damn name of it. And the lectures were outside, had a big blow up screen. That was a lot of fun.
Red Rocks.
No, that's in college. This is in Utah is where we were.
I thought you were talking about Colorado.
I was talking about Colorado, but I was talking about Utah too at the same time.
No.
I know, confusing. I know. Well, no, Jeffrey. The reason it was is because most of the time when you go to Utah, you're going to pass through Colorado.
Mm-hmm. If you're coming from the east, anyway.
I've driven there a few times now. Well, even going home when I left Utah last time, we drove through Colorado to come home. There was 2 cool Indian reservations we stopped on. There was one somewhere. I can't remember if it was in New Mexico or Colorado, but I remember I got my gun out. Oh yeah, there was 6 guys sitting, 6 Indians, 6 natives, sitting on the curb at the Shell station. And my partner said, "I'm gonna go get a drink." I said, "Be careful." He walked in, he got something, came back out, and we get ready to leave. I just finished filling up the car and get ready to leave. Guy started fucking with him. And I was like, "Come on, Joe, let's get out of here." Oh man, I said, "Come on." The guy told him something else. When he did, I walked around the car and I just lifted my shirt up so he could see the gun I was wearing. Then I lifted the other side of my shirt so you could see I was wearing 2. And the guy just kind of looked at me like, "Oh, you need any help getting anywhere?" I said, "No, we're fine, but thank you." I mean, by the way, this is 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, either New Mexico or Colorado. I'm not sure where we were. Somewhere around the line for sure. Definitely some Native American. You know, man, we seen so many deer and so many rabbit coming through there. It was ridiculous. I must have, for every one rabbit, for every dead rabbit we seen 10 alive. There was a couple times the amount of deer was ridiculous. This is in Colorado. We're going to this mountain. We're cruising. It's 3:30 in the morning. It's foggy as fuck. And we're cruising up this mountain, just cruising along. And all of a sudden, I see things bobbing around in the fog. And we're getting to the top of the mountain. There's fucking deer everywhere. And them bitches ain't getting out the way either. I'm blowing a horn and stuff. They looking at me like, "Man, zen out. It's early in the morning."
This is our territory, white boy. You better get out of here.
I'm thinking you bitches should be glad I'm not going the other way because somebody be coming home for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're beautiful deer. Though they was we watched them. I made Joe drive after that because we were driving downhill. We hit this one spot you could see going down for, I don't know, 50 miles, 60 miles. Oh, Jay, there's so many rabbits. It's ridiculous. Mostly jackrabbits, but they were everywhere. Yeah, they were. You're painting. What you painting, man? No, I mean, next time we do a show, next Friday, if they've got more Epstein stuff, I'm gonna pull out Trump's report card list for next Friday's show, but so y'all can see it. Now he got a good rating. Look, CNN, ABC, and CBS gave him good ratings. I'm fucking in shock.
Yeah, and the only thing really that anyone, and I'm talking like not like the news organizations, but people like from the polls, the only thing that all the news organizations right now agree on is that most citizens, both Republican and Democrat, all agree that they think the economy isn't recovering as fast as they would like it to be. But other than that, I think he's getting great numbers across the board on everything.
Yeah, but I think that's going to change because that would be no. That's not what I mean. No, but what I mean was because when that poll was done, it was done 3 days before the new analyst came out, the new economy came out, and that's really, the report is really good on fuel, on everything, and fuel is down, and For all you fuckers that live up north, you're going to be grateful Trump's in office.
Oh yeah, it's going to get even better. Just wait.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day in New York, and he said, "Man, he's in north part of New York." He said, "Yeah, though." He said, "I had to buy his first tank," and he said, "You know, look," he said, "it's already down a good bit." He said, "By this time next year," he said, "I will. It'll be way cheaper than what it is."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody who gets cold. Not in the United States, unless the people in Europe that get cold. But I don't know anybody in the United States who does. I'm sure there are still, but
up here, most of the houses in this area are the really really old ones are coal fired, usually converted over from wood and other things. Well, then we have a lot of oil fired heating, but you'll find that most part it's coal fired converted over to wood fire and vice versa.
ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, coal does a good job, and they've cleaned it up quite a bit since the old days. Jack, they've actually changed the way coal burns now. And the way the systems work and the way they clean the air coming out, it's not like the old days. It's much cleaner than it used to be. It doesn't really matter if the United States is the only country doing it, and all the rest of the countries are like, fuck you, because, well, we're a second world country. You know, you polluted, so we get to pollute for 100 years. No, fuck you, asshole. You don't get to pollute for 100 years. You got 1.5 billion people. We only had 100 million. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. 1 year, you're polluting more than our whole entire existence. Yeah, James, you can't put up that crap. And Trump don't. He just tells them fuck off. Well, there's been okay. First off, Trump got really good marks on his report card on all 5 areas, even the economy. His numbers were up. Economy's his worst mark, but even on the economy, his numbers were up. And since his new numbers came out when they do the next poll end of the week, his economy numbers will be up because it's up. I mean, his unemployment is right at 3.9 to 4%. Oh no, the GDP was at 4.6%. It was way up.
Yeah.
So I mean, the way it is I mean, everybody in the country is going to see a hit, go upwards in their money, not downwards.
Well, it has to go up because what is he claiming? How many billions are coming in on the tariffs? So that's got to be part of the GDP.
He's got 200 billion in tariffs now, and 18 trillion in business.
That adds up to the GDP, yes or no?
Yeah, well, it does. All that adds up to the GDP. So the 18 trillion in new businesses will go against the 36 trillion we owe, plus the 200 billion, which is going to be like 200 billion every 2 months. Some of that'll go against. It'll probably pay the interest on our debt. And so the money we were using to pay our interest on our debt will now be paying on our debt. So that'll actually be going down. It'll be like a Clinton era kind of thing. Nah, he's got that under control.
And we got to go on break. We're blowing a little bit past it.
Oh, we got 10 minutes. We off at 12, right? We have to be nice to you guys.
Oh, are we off at 12?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah. It's 1 o'clock. Okay, never mind.
Well, no, guys, we stay open to 1 sometimes. It's the holidays. People chill out. Do you see me wearing a tie? Look at that. All you can see is sexy skin there, baby. No touching.
Yeah, he usually charges for that, by the way.
That's right. I do charge the touch, so you keep that in mind. It depends on your name and your hair color how much I'm going to charge you. I know, ain't that a bitch? Oh, I don't care about your skin color. Your hair color and your name, yes. I know, huh? What do you mean, why do I care about hair color? Why does any woman or any man care about hair color? Well, first off, it can't be blue and it can't be short blue.
Yeah.
No, especially if it's short blue.
Yeah, love these girls on the internet. It says, yeah, I'm a natural redhead. Then you see the color. It's like, neon pink red. It's like, that's not natural. You're not a redhead.
That's nasty is what that is. What do you mean, do I shave? Or do you shave? Well, I don't know if you shave. That's your business, not mine. And I only shave when I have to. See what? Yeah. Keep that thing looking pretty. You got to shave it every now and again. I know what you meant when you said shaved. I know damn good and well what you meant. I wasn't born. I didn't just fall off the turnip truck today. And Mark, if you didn't know what you meant, figure it out, dude. Mark, have you ever watched porn? Figure it out. I've never watched porn. I don't know what the hell porn is. It's food porn. All we do on this network is food porn.
Yeah, really.
I'm sorry for the rest of you freaks out there. No, my mic don't have stars on it. It just looks like it does because of the way the thing comes out on that camera.
The background of the flag is what you see, and that's where his mic is.
No, food porn, really. No, it's not food smashed all over naked people.
No, it's we talk about food, and maybe we might even like
We talk
swap
about
recipes
food.
and
We
how
talk
to
about
cook certain
food and-
things.
Yeah, but we talk about it in such a way it sounds sexy. Yes.
Sexy food porn.
Sexy food porn. No, we'll get into this report card next Friday. We might even get into tomorrow. Tomorrow's the chat. Yeah, I'll actually have some energy tomorrow. Oh no, guys, it's been crazy around here. Plus, I messed up my leg. It's been hurting me for 2 weeks. Now my leg ain't hurting as bad as my foot is, but
Uh-oh.
Jack, yeah, I'll go to the doctor sooner or later. I pretty much know what it is already. What do you mean, Rumble?
Rubble. Barney Rubble.
Do you want to use one of our Rumble accounts? Oh, for what? Are you not on this network? What network are you on? So you want to join the network and use one of your Rumble accounts. For what? Well, I'll tell you what, write me at icar@cox.net. Yes. And if it's something interesting, I'll pass it on to Michelle DeRoche. Oh, she's a what? Oh, well, don't pass it on to Michelle. Then you tell her that, she'll might send a hitman after you. Hmm? What do you mean you know her? I know her pretty well myself. Why? I'm glad you know her. I'm glad you do. I obviously you don't know her well if you think you can be mean like that and she won't knock your ass out. I'm telling you, you skate. Anyway, no, we're gonna get down here in a few minutes, but I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Merry Christmas, happy bloody New Year. Well, no, we won't see you until after New Year. I mean, we'll see you tomorrow, but and after that, we won't see you until after New Year.
Okay, Wednesday show will be a repeat.
I don't know. I'll look and see if you got some suggestions for Wednesday shows, send it over to me. And there's lots of shows to choose from. Just go pick one and send it over to us. By the way, I'm going to do y'all just to freak y'all out, okay? Just to freak y'all out. And Jay's gonna send me the answer to 3 questions in just a minute. So Jay, I want you to field 3 questions. I don't give a fuck what they are. Field 3 questions to the audience. Write the answers down. Send them to me now. This is for 3 Kylo Ren lightsabers, each one. Okay. So I'm giving away 3. And while I'm behind, I'm giving them away. And I forgot earlier, and I've been forgetting for some reason. No, but we're going to give away 3 Kylo Ren lightsabers to 3 different people tonight, along with 1 book from Writers of the Future. I think it's books 37. It might be 38, but you're going to get one of them. Kylo Ren, I don't have it up. You know what? I'll put it up on tomorrow's chat because we're going to give away 3 or 4 on chat tomorrow. But Kylo Ren's a red one that goes way up in the air and it's got the 2 cross pieces on the bottom. He makes that horrible sound, yeah. 3 of them, people. Yes, think about that. I know it ain't Christmas no more, but we had 40 to give away, and we've only given away 10 or 12. Yes. We may have given away a few more than that, but it's close.
All right, here's the first one. Or do you want me to put the question down on?
Read it out. Read it out to everybody. They got to hear you.
Okay. What was the first novel written as the sequel to Star Wars? First novel written after the movie Star Wars is the sequel.
Now send me that answer first, and then you got to do 2 more. And each time you do one, send me the answer. That way I don't get them mixed up. What's that, Christopher? No, this is these. You got to know these answers. No, he's not going to say the answer out loud. Stupid. Give me a break.
Yeah, no. Joe's gonna get it in private chat. Y'all won't see it.
He's going to send me the answers, and whoever wins, it's ICAR at cox.net.
That's Cox with an X.
Yes, Cox. Yeah. Not cock.net, asshole.
Pretty
Cox.
minded people out
COX.
there, I
I
swear.
know. COX.net. ICAR.cox.net. Yes. iCarCox.net. Write me there and you can get it. So I'm gonna do because I've already seen a lot of people hitting the thing up. So we're gonna do 11, 31, and 71. Those emails here. No, those are the ones that hit the emails. 11, 31, and 71. I probably see more emails than that there now. Now, if those don't happen to have the winning answer in it, we will move on to the next one. No, people, you can't be looking at that stuff.
Okay, here's another one. Since it's a Star Wars lightsaber thing, it's going to be themed Star Wars questions. Question number 2. Who was the first character to speak in the movie Star Wars, 1977? Who's the first character to speak in Star Wars, A New Hope?
Even that ain't true, but still.
And Joe, I guess Joe's telling you how many people have to be with the number on,
Yeah, I told him 11. It's 11,
11 for the first one.
11, 33, and 77.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
Here's the answer for the second one coming to you, Joe.
Okay, send it on over.
And it has to be exact. I'm sorry, but
it's got to be exact. You heard it, man. You'll probably hear from me sometime tonight. Yeah, I got a couple things I got to do when I log off. But
I think just to follow that up, let's just stay with that same kind of theme.
Who de-virginized Princess Leia?
No, we don't want to know what
man,
her brother
come
is.
on. It wasn't her brother, it was her daddy. But
Who was the last character to speak in Star Wars, A New Hope?
Oh, there you go.
Who is the last character to speak in the movie Star Wars? Who's the last two questions they bridge each other. They just bookend each other. Who was the first character to speak in the movie Star Wars? Who's the last? And Joe, I'm sending you that answer right now.
Yeah, send that over. You know what? I'm gonna give one more of y'all on 99. I'll give one more chance. Now this is going to be for a green lightsaber. What's his name?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, the regular
Luke
guy.
Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. It's going to be the green one Luke Skywalker had. Well, Luke had green and blue, so you got to know which one it was.
When he built his new one, it was green.
Yeah, so
it looked more like Obi-Wan Kenobi's, not Darth Vader's.
So you got to tell me which one that was and give me that. It's going to be 99. And, no, that's not the question, but I mean the question actually is, who was the first female Jedi to get her own TV series?
Oh, that's not a hard one.
That's an easy one.
That's what I'm saying.
I bet she's like, I'm watching answers now. These idiots. I was just watching it the other night. It was a decent series. I don't know how to get rid of it. Of course, I'm lost in some. I keep getting. Mondo is always weird because there's parts of Bubba and Mondo, and there's parts of the one we're just talking about in Mondo as well.
Yeah. Mandalorian.
Oh no, the ruler was going to be what's her face from Battlestar Galactica, Jimmy.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, she was going to be the. Yeah, Stupid gave her the Darksaber and everything. You kitty little bastard, yes. And she's seen the creature thing swimming around. No, y'all write him up. I'll get him out in a little while. Yeah. Everybody gets a book. Everybody gets one book. Yes, we usually give away 3, but this year it's only gonna be 1. Yeah. The L. Ron Hubbard's Writers and Illustrators of Futures, book 37, I believe. Yes. If it changes, you'll get when I send you the saber. You'll get it. They're gonna send you a saber. I'm gonna send you the book. Yes. Somebody's probably got the answer right. Why? Oh, I should have asked who was her master. And y'all should all know that if you're Star Wars fans, but
That's an easy one, though.
yes.
Also,
But now you gotta be careful when you answer this. It's a trick question. If you say one person, you're gonna be wrong. Because remember, this one individual we were talking about ends up being 2 different people. Yes. Cute little, and then the evil bastard. Well, I can see so it looks like somebody won. No. Anakin Skywalker was her master, not Darth Vader. Yes. Darth Vader had his own Padawan stuff.
yeah.
The Obi-Wan
He
Kenobi
sure did.
Obi-Wan Kenobi series was okay, but all these series were like 8 and that when they were gone.
Yeah, and we were allowed coming in to know that Obi-Wan was going to be limited.
Jimmy, I haven't watched Andor yet. I've heard too much negative shit about it.
Okay.
And I haven't watched Rogue One yet, which is amazing to me because I've watched every Star Wars movie but it. So
Rogue One is an excellent movie. You need to watch that. And I said, I guess you've been part of the spoiler. Everybody dies in it, so it's worth.
Well, no, I knew that already. I've been told that 100 times. Everybody dies in Rogue One. It's Rogue One is where they bring the thing to Obi-Wan, the map of the.
But it's where the rebels have gotten the location of the plans for the Death Star, and that's how they acquire the plans. They're transferred to the Tantive 5 in Princess Leia's care, and so the ending of that movie is the beginning of A New Hope.
Yeah, there you go. You got it, guys. No, we got to go. Y'all send them over, and I'll announce the winners tomorrow night too when we're on air. Yeah, but y'all will get an email from me tonight if you're a winner. Yeah, you'll get an email from me tonight. Yes. I will say, you dumb fuckers, Nana, you got to send me $500 now. No, I'm just kidding. Everything's free, guys. You don't have to pay for shipping. I haven't priced them this year. Last year, the Kylo Rens were going for $9.99. I think you can get them cheaper this year, probably around $700. Lightsabers ain't cheap. What can I tell you? Hey, it ain't me. I think. Well, when I notice with these people, they got a lot of nice lightsabers that have nothing to do with the Star Wars universe. Those, if you get one without audio, they're about $100. If you get it with audio, about $2.99. They're not too bad. But once you start getting ones that are replicas of Star Wars, I think they have to pay duty and all kind of other fucking shit on them. Copyright and stuff.
Well, for the lightsabers, I'm not so quite sure about. For the stormtrooper costumes, they don't have to. So. For years and years on the convention network, Dragon Con, Shore Leave, other private organizations that had Star Trek and Star Wars conventions, there's people called the 505th Stormtrooper Squadron. Most of them make their own. They have like their own armor, a guy that makes their own Stormtrooper costumes, the whole plastic thing, everything. Well, George Lucas went haywire during the 70s and 80s after people for that kind of stuff. So he was getting people in trouble all the time for making Stormtrooper armor.
Mm-hmm.
The company in England that he used to create those ABS costumes, including the black helmets for both Rebel and the both sides, the Empire, Rebels, whatever, that company started producing the Stormtrooper costumes as they were in A New Hope, the first Star Wars movie. And George Lucas attempted to sue them for breaking copyright, and they're like, why? We created these for you. Why can't we make a profit off of it? And he lost. So basically, and they don't really give a shit, so they don't care if anyone makes the armor here in America. But it's basically you got 2 choices to get Stormtrooper armor. You can get replicated armor here in America with not cheap, but in less than $2,000. Or you can spend about $5,000 and make it yourself, or you can spend about $2,000 or $3,000 and have it sent over from England, made by the actual company who produced all the stuff for the first, well, all the movies, really, basically.
But I ain't paying no money for that Star Wars shit, man. Look at that. I want some electronic armor anyway.
The one thing that I want really bad is I want C-3PO armor, and I don't care what colors. It could be, sterling silver, black, matte black, purple, green. I don't care. I want a unique C-3PO protocol droid costume armor that's easy to use with the bathroom. Stormtrooper armor, I have Stormtrooper armor. It's not easy to go to the bathroom. You got to take off more stuff than you need to go to the bathroom. So it hasn't been potty trained, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you gotta get you one.
I'm pretty sure this C-3PO armor is going to be even worse to have to go to. So but I still would like to at least go to one Star Trek convention, fully clad as a C-3PO type protocol droid.
Well, I know that little midget guy was talking about. They used to keep. He had one of those things that tied around his leg for taking a piss.
Yeah, what they did was they used sort of the thing that they use on the space shuttles and the space station is a condom with a tube on it that he had to wear. That he just peed down his leg.
They some of them just. I know they were talking about the catheter tubes and stuff like that. And they used all kinds of sick shit, people. Yeah, Hollywood's Hollywood. No, we got to get out of here. I'm going to eat. I didn't eat that much yesterday, to be honest with you. No, I didn't eat a bunch yesterday.
We had Chinese food yesterday.
When I go cooking and shit, I kind of pick so I don't get hungry. Yeah, I've had Chinese food on holidays before.
Yeah, we went. That's what we went that route. Chinese food, egg rolls, spring rolls, beef fried rice, and what did she get? She got chicken and snow peas. Yummy.
Hey, people, we have a rule down here. We only do one traditional holiday a year. Only one turkey and ham holiday a year. After that, it's something else. Nah, it's always something else. Sometimes it's steak and shrimp. In fact, I barbecued some shrimp the other night. I was just, I'll tell you a little Cajun trick. There's a little package you can go buy in any store of barbecued season. Find a good kind, but even if you find a good kind, it's not more than $2 or $3 a pack. Get you a nice pan out, and you can barbecue the best shrimp you've ever eaten in your entire life. It takes about 10, 15 minutes. They're fabulous. You don't even have to put them on a barbecue if you don't want to. You can just slide them into your oven. They are fucking fabulous. It's a big secret we keep down here. Everybody thinks they're all fancy dancing. You got to bake them. You got to do this. You got to do that. You don't have to do none of that shit. It's an old wives' tale, my friends. Yes, it is. It's an old wives' tale. But anyway, we're going to get out of here because I done got starving now. Plus, I'm sleepy on top of it.
Food porn makes us hungry.
Plus, I had hardly any sleep in the last week and a half. But anyway, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in for United Public Radio. I really do hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a great holiday and a great New Year coming up. For everybody else, have some fun, enjoy your life, smile every once in a while. Yes, don't blow shit up. Good night, everybody.
No.